So go. Everybody, welcome to the channel. This is your host here, Lord of the Lips, with another installment of this live stream. And you guys already know the routine here. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe the page, share the page, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, we in here. We got a decent amount of episode ahead of us. Might have some guests on and everything. Oh, we got somebody in the room. I can't believe you didn't add me for this part. You stay right there. Don't you even worry about it. Don't you even worry your little head. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I think it is just so funny, man. I don't think. Hold on. Let's see. Everybody guess. Stay right there, Hunter. We just getting started. Oh man, it literally makes me laugh every chance. There we go. Sent the invite. Anyways, yeah, I think we need to watch that again. Hold on. I don't think we really need to let that sit in. Oh my god, it really gives me a good laugh. Hey, what's up, man? Did you see the video?
Play it again.
One more time, guys. I did. How do I make? I'm gonna try to make you bigger.
Because they said he had elite lateral movement.
I'm just saying, well, you can make the argument that maybe his MCL or whatever it is a little strained because he looked stiff. You know,
but he always gets stiff.
But he always looks stiff, right?
Yeah.
He always looks stiff. I'm playing around with. Come on, pop up. There's this guy on TikTok, and I wish I retweeted it or something so I could have access to it. But I mean, and I've disagreed with this particular person I'm talking about a lot on his TikTok page because he said some slanderous things about somebody, and he's partially correct in this, but he was talking about like NBA players, and he's real into like esoteric and like occultism and like, you know, the shit we be on as far as like, he basically said LeBron James, and I've been saying this, is refusing to retire because he knows when he retires he has to pay the piper. And he talked about some of LeBron James's tattoos. You know what I'm talking about? Some of his affiliation tattoos that he may have that might be Masonic. Mm-hmm. And he said that somebody has basically given LeBron James a bad script. And right now, as long as he's playing, he gets to, you know, reap the good benefits and all the good fun stuff of this script.
Right.
But when it's all said and done, and when he has to retire, it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah, like NBA P. Diddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to pay the piper at some point in time.
Yeah, you got to pay the piper. And I know earlier this week I got into a kerfuffle, whatever it's called, on Facebook over some LeBron James slander, and somebody that, you know, I'm real close with and look up to and stuff. He told me, he commented on my page. I never responded. He commented on my page and said, really weird of you to be attacking another black man, because I commented on something from my memories about LeBron James' alleged PED use. And let me unshare my screen. Stop sharing screen. Where am I at? Can you see me? Where am I at?
No, I can't see you. I can see myself.
There we go.
I can see you now.
We got a comment. I'll go figure who it is. Maybe LeBron will become a baseball player like Michael Jordan. LOL. Zach, you couldn't wait. You literally couldn't wait to get in this chat. Anyways, what I waited for today for my response to that, and here's what I'll say. Um, the same thing could be said about Diddy. The same thing could be said about R. Kelly. The same thing could be said about Cosby, or pick the person. The fact of the matter is, I want to make myself clear. I do not support anyone who is allegedly, in their profession or not, doing things that are not of that artistic integrity of that profession. So I don't want this to become like a black or white thing, or I don't. It's not about that for me. It's about the fact that you cheated the game that we loved, and on a much deeper level, if anybody would like to take it on a much deeper level, this is a game that has afforded the luxury for a lot of our people and a lot of people across the globe. You think of Joel Embiid, Patrick Siakam, a lot of people across the globe into financial freedom and liberty. You know what I'm saying? And afforded them luxury homes, cars. And let's just be real. LeBron James has in the destruction of this sport. That's just what it comes down to. So I gotta call it how I see it.
Yep, I agree. And yeah, I mean, that's just for people who, I don't even know who you're talking about or who did what that, but I mean, I've known you for 15 years and it ain't never, I mean, yeah, you're pro black, but like it ain't, that is not what that's about. Like you just said, if you did it wrong, he did it wrong. Like you said, PD, like, yeah, you're right. I mean, you can look at it from that angle, but then that's dangerous because it's like, so what? They can just do anything. I mean, if I'm always, you can be too pro anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that, I mean, LeBron needs a tag. So,
and what do you say about this whole alleged faked injury thing? Is that something that sounds familiar? Is that something that we might have said before?
I mean, we said it for a long time now, and even I love that report that you just came out that we didn't even know that it was so. He was so swift with it, but the last like 5-6 years, every March, he was
Every
out the
March,
entire every March is for the whole month. It's like
groin
that's raw.
injury. Yeah, it's like
That's
raw.
right. Right before the
Couple weeks
playoffs.
off.
That's dope. We got a
Yeah,
couple weeks off, get refreshed, get that stem shot.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, it all really comes down to ethics and when you care for something, how especially how we care for basketball. I mean, more importantly, how we grew up on basketball, how you know, basketball was our first love. You know what I mean? Like real, like I mean, like
Indeed.
real
Indeed.
addiction, love, like first thing I was ever obsessed about.
In fact, don't lose your train of thought. I want to let the viewers out there know, this is my best friend here, and the merit of our friendship is based off of basketball.
Right.
We met each
Exactly.
other through basketball.
Yeah. And we got close through basketball.
Yeah,
And the and it's the same thing. It goes for music, it goes for all anything that you dearly love. And I'm sure other people have that thing when you feel like someone's cheating at and like
you
I said, I
don't
mean
care about
he's
the cut. You don't
I,
care.
I don't give a fuck. It could be whatever. I mean, trust me, if he was a white man, you would have called him out quick, faster. I mean, that wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, it's just different. I mean, we blame. Let me speak for myself. I blame LeBron for the reason why I don't like the NBA no more. You know what I mean? Like this whole, and the thing is, we said it in the real when he teamed
That's
up,
the
we
thing.
was screaming it in 2010.
That's the thing.
Like when it was happening, like now he's ruining it, y'all. He's ruining it, y'all. And we talked about a lot about because this is a double-edged sword about LeBron's also a big reason of why people are getting paid the way they are in the NBA,
For sure.
right? And
For sure.
you know, I'm not like, do they deserve it? Like, cool. I'm not. I'm not never going to tell nobody what they deserve or what their worth should be or any of that. But there's a reason why the product has got bad, and you can point to that. You know what I mean? I mean, when people get that much money, they stop. And I mean, people are millionaires in the NBA for a long time, but
Yes.
now it's like it's ridiculous how
Yeah.
much money.
We got a comment here. If you think I don't think Magic and Mike was getting juiced.
No, 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 Shane, no, Shane. That's the worst, the worst, the
They were
worst,
doing
the
other
worst.
drugs.
That's the worst argument. Yeah, he was on cocaine and they was not doing like PED. I don't believe that for a second.
Finish your thought though. Finish your thought. We're on money.
On money. Like I said, I'm one of them guys just to do a quick comparison about the NCAA. My entire life, I was saying college players should get paid. Past 2-3 years, they've been getting paid, and now it's just getting ridiculous. And some people are saying about the just the essence of the sport is becoming a little. Now, I don't believe it's really got that whack in NCAA. Like I can see a tiny bit, but nowhere near how we see in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's player free.
Granted, that's only been going on 2 years right now, right? Or a year.
2 years, and we see people not trying as hard, man. We see people not playing. We sitting out games for the fans. We see all this stuff that just isn't leading up to a good product.
Yep, I agree. And two things. I totally agree with the. I always want to be clear with LeBron James's contribution. There's a list out there, and I know you've all seen it. And it's like top influential NBA players of all time. Have you seen that list?
Yeah.
And it's like a Mount Rushmore, and it has Jordan number one, Curry, Kobe, LeBron, Magic, yada yada yada. And I never want to ever take away from LeBron James's influence outside of basketball, as far as the moves that basketball players make for their own career and stuff like that, can never be understated. In fact, it is the reason why we pinned the tail on the donkey. It is the reason why it was so easy for me to see this and you to see this 10 years ago, where we are headed today. And for some reason, people weren't able to see the direction that we were headed in, which was with all the player movement, the accessibility, the money, and players being able to uproot their livelihood and move to wherever they want just because they didn't like a practice or didn't like one season. That leads to bad product. You know what I'm saying? And then you couple that with the pay increasing through TV deals that they have garnered over previous generations that me and you have talked about as well.
Yep.
So, these players, the Kevin Durant, we're not them so much, but the Anthony Edwards, the Jokic's, the Tatums and stuff like that, they're right now benefiting off the back of the previous generation.
Easy.
And the goal is to always do, what is that called?
Push it forward.
Push it forward, move it forward, for the next generation, right? And listen, we wouldn't say a word about nobody's pay. I ain't gonna say nothing about nobody's pay.
Nope.
When we think that we're getting the value out of that pay.
Yep.
Where the NBA's problem becomes is we are now in a situation where the Western Conference Finals has now been decided. The Eastern Conference Finals is on right now. It's weighing in the balance. And guess, no. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. Somehow my screen turned off. The conversation still is about who's the face of the league. And that's been the conversation for 3 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no one's talking about basketball, and God forbid the Pacers make this NBA Finals. I'm telling y'all.
It's worst case scenario. We were just talking about the last stream 2 weeks ago.
Literally.
We literally said that worst case scenario is Pacers Thunder.
It's the worst case scenario. And now there's the NBA nerds out there and stuff like that. Some pages I follow where they're like, if you really like hoops, then you really would appreciate that. All that is fine. But at the end of the day, this is an entertainment business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At the end of the day, like,
we're not
watch all that to the way. This is about entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
We do not want to see Tyrese Halliburton. I don't care if he got 32 and 20 and 0 assists. Doesn't matter. Shane says we are at the inception of it. They forced the GOAT Saban out. Oh, you're talking about the college thing.
He's talking about college football. Yeah, Shane, I will say, though, just real quick, not to get too deep dive in this, though. The genius behind college football is they introduced that, but then, which is, somewhat a negative thing. And they're going to get a salary cap, and that's why it's so dangerous right now, because college football, there's no salary cap. And like to where, if you want to, some could say we got 50 million. Like it could get ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a mess.
But they will end up going out within this year, next year. But the thing is, they added the playoffs, which was the best move they could have done. What we've all been screaming for 30 years. Like, let's have a playoffs. Have a playoffs. The seeding system sucks. No one liked that BCS system. And they added this playoffs, which makes you play more. So, like, yeah, they're getting paid, but the product does not suck, man. I guess I'm not I'm not trolling, man. But college football is in a very good place right now.
We do have this is an Ohio State fan talking right now, guys, and they
Yeah,
did.
but even if we would have lost, though, I'm just talking about, and even we're the defending champs, but even coming in the next year, like we have a new quarterback, we have a new everything. I'm not. I don't even know if we'll win it or not. I'm just saying there's so many good teams out there. And with the playoffs, there's so much to like. They used to just do a seeding system, bro, where they go off of wins. A committee would decide who's number one and number two, and that's who played for the championship.
But I wonder what is a way for college not to get poisoned by the same fate that we're talking about the NBA with the whole money and situation. Like, what is a way where they can get their fair shake, the players, because God knows that they've been getting screwed this whole time.
Yeah, and it's a weird situation because like they're making the universities billions of dollars, like they need some money.
Yeah,
like they should be getting paid, but when you start paying them 10, 20, 30 million dollars a year, it's like these guys are 19 years old, they're 18 years old. Now it hasn't got nowhere near that yet. Like Shador, who was the highest paid last year, I think he made $5 million. And most people, like, you heard of Jeremiah Smith, hot tip receiver, who's like the next crazy one. He's only getting paid like $2 or $3 million, and he's like the best player. So like, it's not got ridiculous yet. Some people say $5 million for college play is ridiculous, but it hasn't got nowhere near how NBA, they're getting paid 50, 60, 70 a year.
Right.
Something bizarre.
But I mean, and like you said, I mean, when we're talking about college players getting that type of money, it's equivalent to grown ass men getting 30.
Yeah, you're right, and that's another thing about it. Like college, you always treated the athletes with such a type of respect and a type of thing because they weren't professionals. You know what I mean? They weren't. They're still kids. They're still 18, 19, 20. They're not professional. Now, you're getting paid millions of dollars.
You're getting paid.
You're a professional. That's what that's called. And you got to answer these questions now. And it's just, man, it's that situation's tricky. But I think they'll get that together. I think.
Yeah, but I wonder if they could get like paid their last year, or like they get like a lump sum. Like I wonder if they could
percentage
at the end.
Right. Put it in some type of stock or something.
Something at the end where it's not like infecting it right during their playing period.
Right. Or give them a quarter of it now to where they're not like broke through college. Yeah. I mean, that would be smart, but I don't see that happening.
And is there like a players association for college?
No, but that's what they're doing right now. That's what they've been working on. It's going to take about another year or two to get all that huge committee and all that.
That's when
right now it's just so messy. There was players last year, like high-rated players, that was sitting out after like week 4 saying, I'm not playing because this coach told me I was getting paid this much and I haven't got payment.
Yeah,
I haven't got paid. And it's like that's bizarre. Is because like nothing's in writing.
Okay, Shane has a comment. He said, "You're also speaking from a biased college football perspective, which you love. I watch you shit on March Madness."
That's a little different though, Shane, because here's the difference. I'm not a super. Yeah, I definitely do like college football a lot more than college basketball. But March Madness was you could argue one of the biggest sport events in all of sports. Everybody knows March Madness. You don't ever have to watch a season. You tune into March Madness. It was about excitement. It was about upsets. America loves underdogs, upsets. And what NIL did in college basketball is, college basketball, you only have 14, 15 people on your roster of the basketball team. It's way different than football where you got 70, 80.
Right.
And when you was plucking all these, in March Madness, we like them upsets. We like the 15 seeds, upset the 2 seeds. But when all these big schools was plucking the good players from the 15 seeds and just putting them on their bench, I mean, we literally saw that happen with somebody. Saw someone who was good, doing good at a small market team, could have been his team. He went to a big market team and didn't get that much playing time. And neither did nothing. So this year, it was the first year in 15 years, 20 years since there was all number 1 seeds. There wasn't that many close games. It was the first year in a long time where the record between favorites and underdogs was probably the biggest I've ever seen in my life.
And I mean, let's just be real. Let's just cut the shit. Again, it goes to our NBA conversation. College is not producing the stars that even football is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to college, it's not the same anymore. It is just not the same with college basketball.
College football has stars. Even like I said, you don't watch no college football. You know a few names.
Yeah,
You do.
yeah,
You always have. You always will.
the
In
Sanders. I
basketball,
mean,
I'll
yeah.
literally go the whole year. Even like this year,
Don't know
who's
the
the
number
#1
one
pick?
team.
Oh, Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag, but to me, he's a product. He's a product of the. He's a product of the poor revolution of what we're talking about. To me, I don't think that. Listen, I don't know. I haven't watched enough of his tape, but I just don't think he's that big of a star.
No, but he is some type of guy that I knew about. Like he is the star. I don't know a number. I don't know anybody else.
For sure.
But I'm saying there's even been years before. Like who was the star of the year before? Like the last big star was Zion.
That was the last big like national star that I remember.
National star. That like coming. I mean Wemby.
But
Wemby didn't go to college. But he didn't come out of college.
That's what I'm saying. That whole European thing and all the other league that people could go through, G-Force or whatever. And Lane said,
one and
done in football would affect things big time.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we see players like Jeremiah Smith and go out. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just a little different. I feel like football is more of a sport where you kind of like earn your stripes almost. Like when basketball, if you're a 5-star, you're starting.
Mm-hmm.
Like football, at least a lot of teams, it almost isn't like that. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's more positions than basketball, or I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it definitely would change.
I'm telling you, basketball culture has totally. It's AAU. Basketball culture has totally changed. Football culture has changed a little bit, but not to the extreme basketball culture has.
No, not even close.
Basketball culture is so tacky anymore. It's so tacky. I can't remember if it was you, Hunter, or if it was Shane that on Twitter a few months ago shared a video on Twitter of an AAU game, and they were just being so fucking ridiculously ghetto. And so ridiculously like extreme. I can't even remember what it was, bro. But the game was such a joke, bro. The players was just doing just all types of stuff, like crazy shots,
shooting crazy threes.
And it was high school, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, like, man, we've come a long way from coaches like literally choking players.
Yeah, I mean, look what LaMelo Ball was doing.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I kind of miss when like who was it? Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight choked
that motherfucker.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's when it was good, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because you grew up knowing, you just grew up knowing that once you got to a certain level, all throughout your journey in basketball, you knew that the coach wasn't going to allow you to be able to showcase all of your skill. It wasn't about that back then. It was about the fundamentals. It was about teamwork. I'm about to have to send another invite. Give me a second. It was about fundamentals. It was about invites. Fundamentals. It was about teamwork. It was about the structure. It was about the strategy. See if he's joining back in. Back. Okay. Nope. Let me see. I got a comment though. Bobby Knight was throwing chairs in on the court and shit. That's what I'm saying. We need that. We need that big time. We need the Bobby Knights of the world. We need the Greg Popoviches of the world. And it's far and few between. And this is
Phil Jackson.
This is what we were talking about. And a lot of people aren't able to draw parallels on causation or cause and effect or whatever you want to call it. But I'm just telling you guys, this is what this is. Call it what y'all want. Call it what y'all want. Call it what y'all want.
I can't believe that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what that leads to, man. When you got your face of the league, NBA, ESPN, when you got your face of the league, when you got the best player, the person that's making all the money, when that's what they do, then that's what we do. That's what the culture does. That's what everybody does, and that's the responsibility of being the best player and getting paid all that money and getting all that marketing. Hodis said, first thing I see when I get on here is LeBron hate. We just got. If y'all can't see it now, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. You know.
But I think it's just so funny because I've never seen LeBron dance like that in 20 years. And like, what the hell?
It's like you wait until the time you say you got an MCL injury, and it would have sidelined you. I think the report was it would have sidelined him the rest of the series if they did win, maybe the rest of the playoffs. And that's what you do. Let's see what Zach knows. Bobby Knight was accused of choking an Indiana player during practice in an incident.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a gold matchup. The matchup that I pray for is Bobby Knight and Draymond Green. That's just exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want. Bobby Knight and Draymond Green. Because
Bobby Knight wouldn't play that shit. Even though Draymond Green came from top end.
He did, but he didn't act like that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't act like that. He said LeBron was getting sturdy. No. Bobby Knight wouldn't put up with Draymond shit for 1 second, but we know who does, and that's Steve Kerr. Let me see.
Right.
He does. He does. He enables him big time. There was something funny else. Something else. What do you got to say to this whole Anthony Edwards? What do they call him? Camp man now. What do you have to say?
But the NBA, just sport, not even just NBA, but sports these days are so crazy and so narrative driven day by day. It's just so like, I wish people just said like, "Hey, yeah, Antoine the good, and he's on
the right. He's blossoming."
Instead, everybody comes out and say, you know, he beats LeBron, he beats the Warriors on Curry, he's the best player in the league. And we're like, whoa, he's the best player in the league. And then he falls short again. Right. He's the worst player in the league. And it's just like, why is everything so like, it's so crazy, bro. And it'll be all right. I don't like the way he's handling himself. And he needs other checking for, bro.
Yeah.
It's so fickle, Shane. He needs a vet to really check him and be like, hey, bro, like even just
Julius
stuff after the Lakers.
Not Julius Randle.
No.
My head ran.
No, but you can just tell where Ant's mindset is, bro, and it's really not basketball for real. Like, you can just tell Ant's one of those guys who's a hooper, really just an athlete at whatever he does, and he just naturally super gifted.
He's just an athlete.
Yeah, and he's good, and he's competitive, you know? That's why he be barking. He's just a hood from the hood, and he don't care about barking. I mean, that's not nothing. In today's league, everybody's like, oh, because the league's so soft.
Right, it's a big deal today, yeah.
And he needs a vet to punch him in the chest and be like, hey, dog, stop going out to these clubs every night like you do. Stop fucking all these girls. Stop having 100 baby mamas at 20. Stop and get in the fucking gym. So that's what needs to happen. But he'll be all right. I mean, he'll be back. He'll ring at one point in time. But Shea took you down, dog. Fact.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear none of that. First of all, when people say he was delusional on me, but you're not better. And I mean, I would prefer Anthony Edwards over Shea, but I'm just saying as far as narrative and skeptic, like how we look at the face of the NBA, is no, Shea got that right now over you easy. Just won the MVP and just made you look pedestrian in the past few games. I don't like these excuses are people. I've been seeing a lot of people giving him excuses like, who could score on that? Their whole game planning around it. They're getting double, triple team. Am I in the Twilight Zone or something? Or that? Dude, they not do that to every. Do you think that Katie and Curry and Carmelo and Kobe and every Steve Nash and Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki and I mean any superstar? That's what you superstar and try to stop them and double team and do what you got to do to stop them. That's like 101 shit. So why are we acting like in his case we should cut him some bail because? What? Y'all calling him the best league, and then when he gets double teamed, y'all say, how can he score like that? Well, figure or he's not the best player in the league.
Yeah. And you know me. I like driving narratives, right? But in a funny way, the NBA is doing a weird thing. And I don't want to say that's intentional, but me and you said last stream that the worst possible scenario would be the Thunder and the Pacers, right?
The Pacers winning.
You just made a point, though. You said the NBA is just so narrative based. It's so narrative. So it's just so everything's a storyline, right? So in a funny way, the NBA has all these storylines going on all year long. Luka to the lake, all this shit going on. and then we get two small market teams in the NBA Finals, right? And it's going to be about basketball. That series is going to be about basketball. So I do like that in that sense, but the problem with the NBA is, man, they cannot sell this to the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to say, I'm seeing pages and stuff like that trying to convince us that we should like this finals. And this is everything we ask for, small market teams, good basketball. But guys, there's just something missing. Yep. And the whole conversation all week long was centered around, what do they call Shea? Merchant, foul merchant. Free throw. And then I'm seeing like some people on my Facebook and shit kind of defend him and like pull up these numbers and pull up these stats about like Shea's like free throw averages versus other greats.
Stop. Who is that? That's another stat thing. It's like, no, it's about how he gets to the line. Like, that's the point, guys. Stop using these stats. We keep telling you guys. Well, he's the 20th MVP with the free throw. It's like, but like, what's that mean? It's about how he's getting fouled.
With
their eyes that we're watching.
Shane said, him being okay about being effectively removed from the game irritates me.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, I agree, bro. I really agree, man.
Yeah, because he caught a lot of flack for game 4 where he just got double teamed. He got double teamed, and he just passed and passed and passed and passed. And then last game, the game that got eliminated and blew out, he pulled a Kobe. He just shot and shot and shot. I watched that game last night. He just shot and shot and shot. They didn't have a chance. They was getting blown out in the first quarter.
It's what Shane just said is what really makes me mad, though. That's when I saw that. It's like, I'm 23. Like, I'll be back. And it's like, like that's a good mindset to have like a month later. Like once it
right.
Like to be saying that after the game
and private
and privately to your guys, to your teammates.
That's what I'm trying to say is missing from this sport and all sports and all entertainment and shit in politics. Is the professionalism, bro. You used to get media training, right? Mm-hmm. You would get me if you was a professional, like you mentioned earlier with college players. Well, guess one of the things that you had to learn was media training. Yep. What to say, what not to say. Man, we grew up in an era with two teams that I'm going to mention, two dynasties that I'm going to mention, where their players didn't speak out at all. And that one was the Patriots and one was the San Antonio Spurs. Yep. For fucking 20 years, their players did not say shit at all. That's not an accident, guys. Yep. It's not an accident.
Keep shit in house.
It's a concerted thing. Yeah. It's somebody that made that way. You know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick and Greg Popovich are very similar.
Yes, I run the dynasties.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can blame our president for that.
I know. He did.
He opened that game.
But that's really what's going on is that there's just no professional. These stars, the NBA is who's the face of the league. Kendrick Perkins, who's the face of the league? Charles Barkley came out. I don't think y'all should. That's never been the conversation in the NBA. We've decided and we've moved on with it. Yep. I don't like it how it's in the media ethos and like it's the topic of conversation every day. Who's the face of the NBA? What kind of shit is that?
Nope. Yep.
And then you got these players, Anthony Edwards, not wanting it a few months ago, saying, I don't want it. Then LeBron James coming out and complaining and saying, well, who will want it? All you guys do. This shit is weak.
It's never been
it's weak.
That ever in life. Who was the last? I guess LeBron. Well, I guess Curry was the last. Like Curry, NBA, like if you really want to keep it a buck, like realistically, but about the list, like the young, who want to take the reins. But I mean. Like when Curry was the face of the NBA, it was never. It was just he came and took it. That's what
conversation.
He took it from LeBron, and LeBron was it. He took it from Kobe. Kobe was it. Like
that's just how it is.
That's just how it was. So, you're. I don't know why they got Ernie and Chuck and talking about this as a discussion, like
a Russian roulette,
like it's a
music,
like it's a vote and shit. Like no.
Yeah. I mean, we go from Jokic. We literally go from Jokic to Doncic to Tatum to SGA to Ant, and then the carousel continues. It's like, bro,
all the same year.
That shit is weak. That all the same year, bro. I was thinking it's been like that the last few years, man. You got to think the NBA has done us a solid. We've gotten Jokic in the finals. Yeah. We've gotten Luka in the finals. We've gotten Tatum in the finals, and now we have gotten SGA in the finals. The only one that hasn't made the finals is Ant. But so all four of your guys right there have now made an NBA Finals run, and still we can't get
solidify them.
consensus. Now Jokic to me is the best player because he's just so extremely.
But the
good
face, he don't.
offensively.
It's
The face,
it's what me and Shane say about UFC. About it to a lesser degree. UFC they'll try to promote, someone who don't speak English, and it just don't. It ain't gonna work. It don't matter how good he can fight or how exciting it was. Alex Pereira, who should have been the face of the UFC a few years, he wasn't because we can't understand you. You don't got no not marketable. Kind of Giannis really. They tried that Giannis market, it didn't work. Remember he was trying to what was his sex jokes? Remember he was trying to do. It didn't work. Cussing didn't work. Yeah. Luka could be, but just lose. I mean, it's just. I think what goes to everything being so fickle. Everything is so today, tomorrow, next week. They're horrible. In football, that drives me crazy to me. When someone will have a great week, and he's the best, and then have a weekend, they're horrible. And it's just like, guys, these guys are human beings. Have you ever had a bad day at work?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a good day?
Right.
I mean, I hate that we judge these athletes. Like, what if he woke up with migraine and was puking that morning and he just didn't feel good?
Right. And a lot of people, and it's a weird thing because a lot of people equate performance with talent or skill. Not the same thing, right? Now, both are important. And some will say, I'll use this example. Like LeBron James, his performances, his numbers, you see what I'm saying? The dramatic of the game, and then he'll get a triple. You see what I'm saying? The performance, good. Skill, maybe not as good as some other greats. You see what I'm saying? And when people get too caught up, Michael, if you're listening, I'm seeing you share every day like SGA stats, and now you're sharing Halliburton stats and stuff like that. And this is what I'm talking about. You're getting caught up too much in the performance. You're not even watching these games. Mm-hmm. You're not even watching the games. You're seeing 32 points and 15 assists. And I'm not saying that Halliburton hasn't been playing good. He's been playing great. I'm just saying people fall for that type of shit all the time. And then that's why you get when Anthony Edwards plays bad or has 16 points, everybody's saying he's not the best player. It's like that. The best player isn't a week-to-week or day-to-day thing. No, it's like, no, we've seen you for an extended period of time. You're that nigga. We don't care if you have 15 points one game. We don't care if you have 50 points one day. It's a even thing.
That's why that quote of somebody used to say, resume updates weekly. I used to say, no, it doesn't. Weekly. No, it doesn't. No. Tom Brady was the best for a long time. It didn't matter if he had a bad fucking week or not. It didn't matter if it was a bad month.
It doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. Patrick Mahomes just got blew up in the Super Bowl. Guess what? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Best quarterback in the league. It's just how that goes. Doesn't matter. Everything. It's not fickle.
And it will take an extended period of time or a body of work for a certain player for you to be able to then say, okay, this ain't the best player in the league no more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes does it again, and then we might have to start looking at it a little bit different. But it's not as fickle as game to game or week to week. Damn, my computer keeps. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
If you had a click remote or one of those Wish, I don't know, I guess it's click. If you had a click remote, what's the one thing you would do with it?
I'll do a lot of the click remote. I don't know. I mean, click remote, I'd go back in time a lot.
I would too. You want to know what I would do?
What?
I would eliminate Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's situation from ever fucking happening. Seriously, dude.
I know.
Did you see the video of him getting stabbed?
Yeah. That was brutal.
Did you?
Megan Thee Stallion video just released an hour or two ago with her saying the other video from the cop, and she's like, "No, it was glass." They're like, "You shot?" She's like, "No, it's just like I agree because I ignored it really bad the first time when everybody was still saying Bob." And then I'm like, okay. Then I didn't think they was going to leave, and they locked him up. I'm like, damn. And I didn't care no more. And now here we are. And I just like you said, just stop. Who cares? I don't let this.
Here's the thing with us guys, because I don't got the details on this. I don't care to have the details on this. There's certain shit that happens within entertainment and our culture and stuff where it's like I'm not even feeding into that. I might know a little bit about it, but I'm looking at it from a bird's eye view, and I know you're looking at this that way. It's like my only point is we're done with the story.
The only story that was worse than that.
I don't give a
story that was worse than them two.
What
was Krishan and
oh my god, Blueface. I couldn't wait for that era. I'm so glad.
Yeah, he's in jail.
I never had prayed so hard, but yeah. I promise, bro. I never be. Those stories are so. Now we got DDG and his girl,
and now DDG's messing with India Love and this.
Which, but
I'm just saying, DDG girl and his whole girl.
Tori and Meg, please, y'all wrap this shit up. Please wrap it up, bro. Please wrap it up, bro. We already know that the bitch shot the bitch, and Megan was trying to keep it P. She was trying to keep it player because she didn't want to be a black girl writing on a black dude. So she said it was Glad. We all listen. We've already wrestled with all the scenarios. We know Tori. No. We don't care. We don't care.
No,
we do not care. We just want to skip past this story. I need to figure out a way to get it out of my algorithm. I could not care less. The only thing that I couldn't care less about is Kanye West, who I muted. Has he been saying anything?
I don't know. You know the first ignore.
I've literally muted him on everything.
You know, I've been ignoring Kanye West for a long time. He was my first person I was like, you're. He was the first person I literally, my brain was like, you are done.
Like, goddamn. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Another thing that's kind of annoying me, and I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, is like the Diddy situation. Have you?
Like Kid Cudi situation. Where Kid Cudi went and took his dog or locked his dog up. But I mean, other than that, no, I haven't seen nothing. I've been seeing just little headlines. I don't care about.
No, come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, Cudi. Come on, Cudi. Just be a man. Just be better. Cudi's but I guess he's the one rapper where it's like we allow him to get bullied, to be soft. And I guess, but like not really.
Cudi's never portrayed himself as anything ever in life. He always came in on I'm depressed as hell and I smoke weed. That was.
But it really irritates me that Diddy gets this big mafioso, like he gets to walk around and just bully and lock your dog up and blow cars up and hang niggas out the window. Yeah. It drives me. It was one thing when it was Suge Knight. That's a 6'5", big 280-pound motherfucker.
Well, didn't P. Diddy but it's
out
the window or something?
No, Wale just came out last week and said, y'all got to stop that story. It was that was a story everybody was running with for a long time. I've heard eyewitnesses try to allude to it.
Yeah, I've seen that video of a witness said that bodyguard yoked Wale up and P had him over the balcony. And,
yeah. He talked about his shoes. He's seen his shoes and everything. But Wale, I just seen last week was just like, no.
What is that? That's a funny story going around about you. Like, imagine you just Wale and you're like, what do you mean P. Diddy helped me out the balcony? I'm there. They say, no, he didn't.
Like, nigga, no, he did not.
Yeah.
At all.
That's hilarious. P. Diddy, man.
But, I mean, what do you think ultimately? I'm not trying to hold your feet to the fire on what do you think how the trial's going to go, but what do you think the story is? Like, what do you think the takeaway from
done? P. Diddy is done. He got I like P. Diddy. I like P. Diddy since I found a way to do Tupac. So I don't care about none of that shit. He tried to slide on Tupac. So
that's a fact.
And do I really believe that he got killed? I mean, we're not about that with Tupac conspiracy thing. So like not really, but
he put money on his head.
Him and Tupac weren't friends, and they were ops, big time. So like that's enough
big time.
For me, if I don't like you and you go against one of my guys, I don't give a fuck about you.
You're indicted there.
You're indicted there. I don't care about what else. You gotta pay them. You got the chickens come on the roof, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my thing. I haven't paid much attention to the testimony these last 3 weeks. I mean, I've seen the highlights, the funny shit that we know about the Tootsie Roll. Apparently, he has a Tootsie Roll. We know about Cassie's situation, which I'll get into here in a second. I want to get your opinion on the Cassie situation. The Cudi situation, And then now today, another victim, another one of his workers, come out and said that she was sexually assaulted multiple times. He beat her up, threw her against all this shit. And Diddy's defense is claiming or trying to get a mistrial. The prosecutor, they ruled over the mistrial, saying no, we're going to continue on. But they did remove the Cuddy testimony. Now they did remove the fire story about the car, saying that that's not a part of the trial, because here's what's happening is we're getting all these testimonies. It's open testimony season. We're getting all these different testimonies and stuff like that. And they're thinking that the jury is being tainted, because what we said last year was that there is a smear campaign going on Diddy. And what happens a lot of times, this is exactly, guys, not to the sense of who I'm about to say, but if you guys remember with MJ, Mike was acquitted, and Mike did not. None of that shit was true. I mean, he wasn't found guilty on none of that shit, right? But they ran his name through the media so well and so good, and slandered him and dirtied him up. He could never escape that. Ever.
Yeah, he said his worst mistake ever was listening to his lawyer first case and paying him off. He wanted to go to court. He wanted to go to court, and his lawyer was like, "Hey, just pay him off. Just who cares? Just keep whatever. Be cheaper long haul. You don't." So he did listen to his lawyer, and ever since then, it makes him look guilty. Yeah.
People kept playing with his name, and then he was in a long fight for years.
With a couple of different cases. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that Diddy is innocent, because I don't think he's innocent in the sense of you done did some shit. I don't know that, but the fight right now, the thing with me and you talked about this last stream, or maybe a few streams ago. The way our system works is so funny, because it's like, how much people get true justice. You see what I'm saying? Diddy is fighting a racketeering and sex trafficking case. That's what he's being charged with, and I think maybe something else, right? So if they can't find him guilty in just on those things, then you're acquitted, right? You're free. But it's like we're seeing 20, 30 motherfuckers come out and say, no, but you did do this. Other crimes, you know what I'm saying? But it's like it don't matter.
And what you just said is what their goal is to get a mistrial. And like just even that right there, because I watch a whole bunch of killer docs, and I watch a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and it'd be like they're not trying to convince nobody that he's not guilty. We're just trying to get a mistrial because then we're off free anyway. It's just like I thought it was about justice. I thought it was the judge should be able to be like, you're right, we're excluding you, ain't getting on tape regardless. Like,
right. You did what? You locked his dog up
for adding to your file, like not just ignore it. Yeah. So he did. I think that he's done in the sense of how Bill Cosby was done. I think P. Diddy gets locked up for 10 years and then he'll get back out.
Yep. I think he'll face some time. And you just gotta think, it's really crazy. They got Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. Did you know he might get out either on a mistrial or he might get
I just saw him. He said, "I didn't do the things I was taught. I swear to God." It's like, boy,
like, boy, we're not hearing none of that green dick.
Oh, you are a sick fuck.
I guess one of the bitches that accused him of whatever, they asked her about his genitalia, and he got gangrene.
You can look in his face
and
he got gangrene.
Yeah, and she wasn't able to. She was just making up a lie. She was saying normal shit, and that's how they found out that girl was lying because she wasn't able to
really
other like
You know someone who a guy who they did kind of put away and it did work. R. Kelly. I'm glad to.
He's about to get out too. He's about to get out now. He's about to get out. He's about to get out.
Oh, every time I hear it, it annoys me anymore.
And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes, man. Is with our system and our culture, it's about just getting them away for a little bit to silence the roar that's going on about them. So if they put Diddy away, here's the thing: if Diddy goes away 3 years, it'll do it. It'll be enough for us to. We'll move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now the victims aren't getting actual justice, but He done went to jail. We done moved on, and we won't bark up the tree.
You see Shane.
There might be a few people on the internet here and there saying that fuck him. He's a he's this.
But it
and
won't
he's
be.
that.
It won't be enough to move the needle.
Oh, I didn't see your comment, Shane. It's never been about justice. We got a conflict in the White House.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this
true.
has been going on for from the beginning, but yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. Shout out Trump. He pardoned young boy.
Yeah, man. I needed to. Holden was telling me about that. I needed to. Do you know any information about that?
Not really, because I don't really care about all the fuckers cases and shit. I know young boy had a couple years ago. He had 2 bad gun cases. He ended up beating one. It was on house arrest for years, for 4 or 5 years. They ended up getting him again. He was in jail for the past maybe a year, and then he just got out. And I don't be knowing how he got. I know he got out on bond,
Right.
but he's going on tour, and it's his first.
Yeah.
So he's off of house arrest for the first time in 5 years. So I thought that tour was something. I don't. He always still probably got lingering cases over his head, but something to where urgent has it been the past 5 years. So when Trump pardoned him,
where does this lead for him?
I mean, I really don't. I mean,
do we get a resurgence? Is this like a number 8 to number 24, number?
Oh, you mean as far as his career goes, like that?
Yeah, is this like a second iteration?
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna talk to you about YoungBoy is like the weirdest artist. YoungBoys are so super, bro. I just don't know how to, I told you it's like that conversation I had when SZA dropped. When I first moved home, what's her album? The one that she's made like
SOS.
Yeah, SOS. When she dropped SOS, I remember telling you about YoungBoy. Like, YoungBoy is one of those weird guys to where he has real superstar power, but he just don't know. Bro, I don't know. I really don't know how to predict his career because he genuinely don't care, and he's one of those. He's too stupid for his own good. He's really too stupid. He don't know how to play the game.
But this story, here's my thing though. I need you to use some clairvoyance, some future predict. This story can only turn out a few ways.
Yeah, either him dead.
Yeah,
he's gonna be. That's my prediction. He's gonna be either he's gonna turn into a superstar or he'll be dead. No, that would be. It don't keep going like this. I don't know, bro. I really don't. Now, he sold out a lot of shows, and Marcus, we was talking about he sold out L.A. big stadium.
He sold out the stuff in the
West.
Sold
out L.A. He did a whole other show, and that's selling crazy. He sold out. He sold out all Texas.
He added a show, or he's actively already right now. He ain't actively on tour right now.
He sold out in the first day.
So
he sold out the whole stadium arena, and the first day added another show in L.A. And he did that in 6 or 7. He did that all in the first day though. First day on tickets, he sold out mad shows, which is crazy. Arena tour for YoungBoy, a person who doesn't have one radio song. That's crazy itself. You don't have one radio song. So that's why I say he's a weird artist, because you look at his numbers and he's up there with Drake and Taylor. Call him fake or not, that's where he is. Taylor Swift are fake and Drake's are fake, and that's how that's as far as the echelon. But he had a song. You don't have
right.
It's just weird, bro. He's literally in a weird. But I was telling you because he's
Lane said he's a superstar for sure.
He can't. He has that personality and that he makes he's just weird, bro.
I think here's my take. Here's my kind of takeaway on as far as his musical career is that he literally is the breath of the young culture. I know everybody calls them YNs, right?
Yeah.
He also reaches the unks, the us, the 28, the 29-year-olds. He just hasn't necessarily crossed over to pop, and he hasn't even reached the audience of the 40.
No, not
even. You know what I'm saying? 30.
But he's been around since how long? We've been here. YoungBoy's name 2016, 17.
2019.
But that's
2018.
But even he was out before them with songs I'm from home. I've been.
Oh
here,
yeah.
And
2016, 2017.
And but we've consistently known. Even I've started YoungBoy in 2020, but I always made fun of the young boy for 4 years before that. And he's been around for almost 10 years now, bro, without one radio song. Have a one that's ever been put on the radio. And it's just crazy to me.
I mean, he's been featured on some radio songs.
Maybe that Migos song.
Migos and,
he was on Tyler the Creator,
there was a few of them.
That wasn't I don't think that was a radio song. Maybe, I don't know. What's your name? That was What's Your Name.
What's your name? What's your name?
That might have been a radio song, but even still, I'm just saying it's not hard for Drake to get on the radio. It's not hard for these people to get on the radio. So,
but remember, man, you talked about it a few years ago. If you remember, that's because a lot of this stems from he's been blackballed.
He's been blackballed, but he has a song. He's been blackballed.
Like he's not. His label has not been able to give iHeartRadio and certain other expenditure. Like they haven't been able to give them the money to play his stuff on the radio. For anybody out there that does not know, it costs to be on the radio. You know. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay. Hold on, Shane. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, what I think is, I agree with you, and we've talked about this in private a lot. Is that unfortunately, this story we've seen this story, and it does only play out one or three ways, right? And it could be the violent way, which I do not. I seriously don't.
Me neither, but that could happen, bro.
He could become a superstar, but the third one that you didn't mention that I was like, is I'm wondering, man, like a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times, bro, artists go through this NLE Choppa, Young Jock. There's many other artists that I'm just blanking on, but they go through this like awakening.
But the thing about and he's already took those steps. He's already has a lot of interviews.
He
already has a lot of interviews of him like basically saying like being aware of like I know what I rap about, and I know how it influences the kids, and I'm fucked up for it. And like he's not dumb. He just like, bro, we know people like him, bro, and that's why I kind of. When I look at young boys, like I know real hood demons like you who really ain't dumb, but like is like retarded. You know what I mean? Like they're not dumb, but they're retarded. Like you know what I mean? Like they nonstop and they think that life's.
I'm clipping that. I need to write that. I'm clipping this little part.
They think that life is about like killing and like my manhood and like pride gang and
he got a good brain on him, but he's just looking at the wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But like he understands, and like he's been in the game since he was like 15, and from the block, and has no real big OGs or no nothing, no like he does in his last album he said that he has 19 bodies. Do I believe that he's killed 19 people? No, but I believe that he's killed quite a bit or like had them killed. I believe that, and
that's
crazy. A lot.
That's a lot. But my thing is, I think if I was advising Youngboy, me and you talked about this. You mentioned it years ago. You like, man, I just really want him to connect with a real producer.
Yeah.
My advice to Youngboy is he needs to, like you said, he needs an OG. He needs to really touch the surface of some industry people, like a Tyler the Creator, a Jay-Z, like people that's in the music industry, but can also give them game. But my biggest advice for him is to let this second iteration, this post jail, be like what it was for T.I. But I don't want it to end up how T.I.'s career ended up. But everybody remembers T.I. got out and he dropped hits.
He dropped on back, and that was my
niggas got T.I. fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Whatever you like, and what was the other one with Rihanna? Live your life. Hey, T.I., man. Listen,
someone in the corner has swagger like us.
Yeah, T.I.
And he had that When I'm Gone.
When I'm Gone.
No, not When I'm Gone.
Justin
Timberlake.
What is
Dead
it
and
called?
Gone.
Dead and Gone. Oh, he is dead and gone. Yeah. So that is usually. See, obviously we know T.I. was in the industry after that. He got advice to like, okay, you're about to redirect your career this way. Tupac, same thing. Got out of jail, kind of got on this other shit, right? And that's my advice for young boys to like it's the perfect timing for you to have artistic evolution. Like there'll be a pre-jail you and a post-jail.
Yeah.
And you can still reap the benefits of being the old savage nigga because guess what? You already selling the tickets.
Smart enough to know like what era he's in. Like to,
No,
to capitalize on his moment. Because he has a moment, right? He could take this.
Yeah. He had a moment.
Right, but I'm saying he has this is
see what
another moment if used right.
Young boy's going to turn into Gucci. I'm calling.
I hope not.
I mean, Gucci kind of got out. We thought Gucci was the first
What you
clone.
just saying that was funny. You muted Kanye, but Kanye and Youngboy just dropped a song like a week ago.
But he needs to stay.
Yeah, Youngboy. It was horrible because that's the thing about Youngboy. Youngboy has two different versions of him, right? Youngboy has like super, super aggressive rap, and I hate that Youngboy. Can't stand it. But he has another side of him where he's melodic and. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm more of a melodic type guy anyway, but he has that side.
Yeah, and he's structuring
a song, and he has so many different flows that he can ride with. But he'll get on that other stuff where he just screaming and I'm like, turn this off. And that's what he was on with that Kanye shit. So I mean, it sucks. But
and I can't believe to the viewing audience, I can't believe I can't believe y'all wake up and listen.
No, I don't. Shit. You know me. I can't wake up and listen to his ass.
I know you don't. I just can't believe.
I can't wake up and listen to Kendrick. I can't wake up and listen to
that. I got to start my day a little bit
way slower. Yeah.
Like everybody calm down, pump your brakes, and let's ease into this day a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I just want Youngboy to be all right, but him being pardoned, we'll see. We also seen that Trump fake pardoned Larry Hoover. Shane, go ahead with your hate. Go ahead with your fake hate.
I think on Big
Donald Trump pardoned
Larry Hoover. Yeah. So Big Meech came out and he's like a fraud, right? Like that 50, they call him a fraud. He's broke. His son is broke. His son got clowned, got a BMF. Like Big Meech's aura his aura has went tank since he was out of jail. I hope Larry
get out of jail and you're still old.
And he's still wearing the same clothes. I still think the early 2000s.
He was on billboards in Detroit.
Yeah, you was the guy.
You don't even look at billboards anymore, dog.
We don't even want to go to Detroit.
Just the internet era. Hood niggas don't run shit.
Yeah.
Hood niggas don't run shit. The internet era now.
No, and they don't understand how to adjust. They don't get it.
They don't know. Like we're done with that era. But Larry Hoover is not really
Kango. No, Larry Hoover's an OG. He's been in jail for like 30 years, hasn't he? Something crazy.
No, I'm yeah. I was saying that he's not out of jail.
Oh.
He's been pardoned on like a sentence, but he has other shit. He's not out of jail, and he's not getting out of jail.
Well.
Yeah, so
the point?
I just want to. I don't even know. Me and Holden was talking about it, and oh no, that was about Youngboy. He was saying that Trump did that just to save it.
I saved it, bro, because I didn't care. Because a few days ago, Trump said, what was he doing something to the education system or something? And I literally was joking around with Jay. I said, watch, he's gonna take a picture with some chicken or something. I swear. And then 2 days later, he pardons NBA. I'm like, bro.
It's funny that Trump uses pardons for like. Even he was doing his last term and stuff, and like because remember the whole Kim Kardashian stuff where he was like actually getting like innocent people out and everything. But I'm saying like I never heard of like Barack Obama wasn't like pardoning like criminals.
Wasn't he
I just saw that
Jello Boy and shit like that.
Yeah, literally from China. He got him out.
I literally said he's gonna take a picture with a piece of chicken.
Yeah, man, Trump's stupid. He uses that shit all for ratings. He's like, "What do you mean you're pardoning these criminals?" For ratings?
He does his shit. He does his shit with like celebrities and already famous people and shit like that. So it makes more news. I ain't gonna lie, Obama pardoned a lot of people.
Did he? But you think Obama pardoned like Gucci when he was in jail?
You said
no. That would have been like him pardoning Gucci when he went to jail.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the difference. Though Biden and Obama, they pardon people like I'm using this for an example. They didn't pardon these people, but I'm using it for an example. They will pardon like a political prisoner,
right?
Or like Julian Assange, people that we don't know, like they're not a celebrity.
They do social media politics now.
Right.
That wasn't
right.
the thing when Obama was in office.
Yeah.
No,
Why would
it
I-
wasn't even.
They could get that under the
Y'all
radar.
don't know. They his name. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
yeah. He plays reindeer games. They was partying in, like, we know, if y'all remember when Biden, after he dropped out of the race, the big last fuck you that he did was the Ukraine. He said
more money, one more big package.
He pardoned his
the
son.
bond, yeah. But then the last thing he did was he pardoned his
Oh,
children.
that was his last
He pardoned Hunter Biden. He pardoned
I
his
was-
wife. He
I was
pardoned
for
all
that.
types of crazy people.
I was for that.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna get
You
my
was for it?
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, he was like, why
if
would
I'm the president, my family said
no, it made me mad.
I'm gonna
It
get
made
my
me
son out
mad
of prison.
big
Like,
time.
what are you
It
talking about?
I
If it's
guess,
not
but,
from your
like,
son, I got you
tell
for
us
the rest of
who-
life, Dad.
Anybody want to comment on Joe Biden having anal cancer?
All right.
I mean,
prostate cancer.
All right.
was it prostate? Was it prostate or pancreas? Prostate. I told you, Holden. He got prostate cancer.
I mean,
Right. So
Yeah.
no, feel bad for him. Like everybody felt bad for the black.
I don't feel bad for him. You think I feel bad for him?
Why not?
Why would
I
I?
feel bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, one, I
He has
don't really
prostate
feel
cancer.
bad. Yeah, but he's like 80-something years old.
So what? When that's like a given at 80, you get prostate cancer.
Like, yeah, that's like a
Really?
given at 80. If
I'm
I'm
like,
if
really
I'm
at
80
40.
years old and get prostate cancer, I'm like, damn. I mean, I'm gonna be like, damn.
No,
But if
he's
it's
got
something-
like stage 4 prostate cancer.
Yeah, but if it's someone I don't like, I'm like, damn.
Well, I heard that was a fallacy. I heard that there ain't even a stage 4. But go ahead.
Who'd you hear that
Yeah, I
from?
think Trump came out there and said that. I think he's not stage 4, and Trump came out and he was stage 4.
Right. Right. JFK.
But I'm just saying, like, Biden made me mad.
No, cancer for anybody is not good.
No.
Rest in peace to Chadwick Bosewick. How's that funny? How's that? Hold on. How's that funny?
That's not his name.
Because that's what he
He
died
said
from.
Chadwick Bosewick.
What's his name? Oh, Chad. What's his name? Chad
Chadwick
Bosewick, right?
Rest in peace to Chadwick Bosewick.
Chad, rest in peace to Chad Bosewick. But when I think of prostate cancer, I think of him because he was crushed,
No,
and we made fun of him.
That's different. That's when I feel bad for him. That's a fucked up situation.
Why
That one
you
interview so eerie when
sure.
that. I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying.
When he was being real secretive.
Not even secretive. When he was keep taking on the line, they was like, "What about Black Panther 2?" He's like, "Nah, I'll be dead." And she's like, "Don't say that."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't say that. He's
Yeah.
like dead serious. Like, "Nah, I'll be dead, and it's cool." And they're like, and the reporter's like, "I'm like, what do you mean you'll be dead?" He's like being dead serious, and yeah, he died like 3, 4, 5, 6 months later, whatever it was. But yeah, that was crazy. And
Yeah, so Biden don't got both. Let's just be real.
No, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If this report didn't come out, I would have said Biden don't have that much longer. I mean, it's not like
for sure.
it's not like,
Sure.
but yeah.
But it's the what to the why.
Sure.
He's been falling off of planes.
I think he died 3 years
It's
ago.
the what to the why,
Huh?
like why he's been falling off of planes and bikes.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's
Explain
the
what you
what,
mean.
it's
I
the
don't know what you
answer
mean.
to like why does he keep doing it?
Why he's been doing all this? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
If you believe it, is what I'm saying.
I definitely believe he has prostate cancer, but I also believe that they're also not letting us know this is going to be the headline, and we're not getting the information that you also have dementia.
Yeah,
he definitely has dementia.
You have dementia.
No doubt about it.
And
Prostate
that
cancer will
was-
make you not be able to.
so you
talk.
think this is like a clutch?
I don't think it's a
clutch
point. No,
story?
I think both. No, nope. I think he
But he
does
also
have
has
prostate cancer, but I think before he had prostate cancer, the old.
But that's
fucker
what I'm
had
saying.
dementia.
It's like a clutch
And-
sport special. Like let's deviate from the conversation to a more
Yeah,
serious
I see what you're saying. I don't think. I see what you're saying. I don't think it's that, but it could be. I think he has both. Deviate any. I just think he has fucking dementia, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news or say we told y'all so, but like here we are again, like months later, and now the conversation in the country is, oh, woe is me, Biden, when like half of the country was saying, no, this man is sick and he shouldn't be in office. and y'all literally insulted the American public.
Hold on, let me ask a question. Does any of us three think that they just found out Joe Biden had cancer?
No,
Nope.
I did not think that at all.
No.
Like we all believe that they knew that he had
He's the
prostate
president
cancer
of the
while he
United
was
States. They get tested.
while he was running.
Legally,
Right, while he was running, before he dropped out. He had a test back that he had prostate
For
cancer, and he was still running.
Especially if he's in stage 4. They did not just catch it.
No.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Which is now
he probably
now the Republicans and stuff is trying to run it as the greatest American scandal of all time, which it's not, but it's high up there. It's not the greatest American scandal of all time, but it is a big scandal.
That's what Donald Trump does. We forget there's Watergate.
For sure. Right. There's big, way bigger. I mean, somebody got their head blown off. You know what I'm saying? But it's big because they're not allowed to do that. That is supposed to be public information. You cannot hide your candidate. You cannot do that, especially if he's the president. You can't do that, especially when we've been prodding and poking at it, saying, no, we think that y'all should have just.
There's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this guy. But I don't know. It's still sad at the end of the day. I don't think we got much more of Biden left, but I don't think we had much more of him his whole last year. I really think that last year depleted him, took him out. And his wife should be ashamed of herself. His wife should be ashamed of herself. And who's the dude that was sniffling and crying? Y'all remember who I'm talking about? Van Jones.
God, Van Jones, bro.
Van Jones, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
Van Jones has that. I have that recorded on my phone. I'll never delete that.
Because they just get and Kamala Harris, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all just get away scot-free once again with this shit.
I hate both sides. I hate the side of people getting away scot-free, but I also hate the side of Aaron Rodgers reminding all of us every time that they got away scot-free.
He's straight up.
It's like
he's straight up.
Even Joe Rogan at this point, like, because it's like don't get me, you know me, I'm all about accountability. And if I was Joe Rogan, like CNN was like blasting me and covering me, and say
he has been doing it more, but
and he's suing him.
Aaron Rodgers can only say, "Let's see your vax records one more time before I'm done with the joke." Before
I've been done.
I know,
but like I'm really gonna be done with you.
Even though I can't lie. When someone like makes fun of him, he'll be like, you got them booster shots.
But he literally says it every time he's on.
He leans on. Yeah, every time.
It's like, dog, you're gonna become a character of yourself, and it's your legacy. So I already said I'm done protecting niggas' legacy. They don't want to protect themselves.
This. I'm about to take the trains off of this. I'm about to take the wheels off of this train. This is just another classic case of middle-aged white people hijacking the word woke. That's what Aaron Rodgers is doing with the COVID vaccine thing. No, what really happened, what we remember now, I ain't gonna lie. Aaron Rodgers was in the media for this. So I can't act no, we was there. He was a poster child for this.
He definitely was.
But somebody else that we seen get the way worse end of this stick is Kyrie Irving.
By a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
By a lot. Everybody was saying that he shouldn't be. Aaron Rodgers really finessed him. When remember he came out, he was like, "I'm immunized."
Yeah, he lied.
He just got immunized, and they didn't. They were in the
got an MVP.
And they came out, and then he got an MVP that same year. Yeah, Kyrie on the other hand had Stephen A. Smith and everybody else, and how selfish he was for not getting the vaccine, and how he's had a horrible teammate, and all these things, all because he didn't want the vaccine. Kyrie on the other hand, now that's the difference between Aaron Rodgers. Aaron lets us know too much. Kyrie don't let us.
Kyrie is just like I was right the whole time.
Yep.
And you know me, I wanted Kyrie to pop his shit, but he didn't. And it's like, okay, I want him to pop his shit because too many times this same exact thing happens where Aaron Rodgers is now the poster child for being anti-vax. When we've seen Kyrie really spearhead that and face a little bit more backlash to me than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just the American poster boy for what happened when Kyrie was really the fucking guinea pig.
I really can't believe that they made when Kyrie shared that video. I can't believe they really made him sit down
and apologize
with the fuck well, he apologized, but then they made him sit down with the fucking like the Julie, like this, like the I could like that is
Kyrie rolled his eyes so hard.
To really think about that. It's just like all I didn't even say it. I just shared the video, and now I'm being ridiculed. Crazy. He got suspended.
Had to make a press conference and announce
what?
Have to do a whatever. How many days? A couple day meeting with the fuckers.
I hate that era that we was in. Oh my god.
Me too. And remember,
listen,
I know people might pull my record. I do gotta say, and I think Hunter, you was saying it too, but I was annoyed with Kyrie at the time. I was never annoyed with him in theory. I was annoyed with him in execution. He was annoying me in his execution because Kyrie is who do we say Kyrie is? Kyrie is Mr. Loose Ends. He'll do shit like that, but never really.
He won't go win the fucking ring. He should have won with the Mavs after that whole year of doing it.
That part too, but I'm talking about in defending yourself and making your stance clear.
Don't just say a statement, but not elaborate.
Right.
He'll say a statement and not elaborate, and leave it up for interpretation. Then get killed in the media and be silent, and then go apologize to the Jewish.
That shit.
No. If you
and that shit started early.
Yeah,
with the flat Earth shit. Remember, he was the flat Earth guy.
Exactly. He unlocked that box.
He unlocked that box. He was the first person I remember like everybody killing about because he was with Kalani.
Yeah.
And he was with that delusional shit. And he was just like, I never said that it was. I just said it might be, and everybody just took it and blah blah blah. And
Kyrie's a cute, sad case of like he's God, I can't say the person. Y'all know who I'm talking about?
Kanye West.
No, we know this person in our hometown.
Oh,
come on, y'all know who I'm talking about. Where fake woke, or kind of like a puppy.
Stop.
Exactly, you know what I'm talking about now. Hunter, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's who Kyrie is.
We just saw you.
What? What did I do? What did I do?
Delusional.
That's what Kyrie is. Where I mean, I don't think right now. I think Kyrie at this iteration of his life is the most centered point of his life. I think Kobe died.
Yeah.
When Kobe died, he kind of got a little bit out there for me. And when he started getting out there was when he wasn't tying in loose ends, bro. Like, explain your position sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to explain your position and let people know, like, nah, this is what she said, say it, pussy. But so again, I was with Kyrie all the way in theory, sharing the link, all that shit like that. I just wanted him to come out and say, LeBron, shut the fuck up.
Man.
Because they asked LeBron, and LeBron didn't have nothing to say all of a sudden. I know Shane's going to be like, no. Now you're picking fucking Bronny James up off the fucking gym floor. Because
Stop.
No, that's the thing. Nobody wants to be honest about what went on.
You think that what?
We got COVID amnesia.
Hunter said you think people wasn't dying for COVID. You're delusional.
I know, but he does have me weak with that. But I'm just saying, LeBron Jr.'s case is his is an anomaly to where when you're 18 years old and that happens, and it's never happened, that could be called. It's definitely have a 55-year-old person have a regular old heart attack of like the death jab
because that's what it's been.
I do believe in the death jab. I'm just saying there was death before.
For sure, I'm aware that there was death. You want to know something? I'll put this out there that Joe Rogan shared. I think with the Aaron Rodgers podcast or the next one. They said that there has been more deaths with the COVID vaccine, and by the way, guys, the COVID vaccine, the mRNA, it has now been pulled off the shelves as far as it being required. They just did this like a couple days ago, but. Anyways, there's been more deaths due to that death jab than Vietnam War, I think it was, World War, Americans dying, than World War I, II, and Vietnam War. I'm just trying to highlight to people out there that it hasn't been a lot. Look at him shaking his head. We don't
ever care about numbers any other time.
I do in this scenario because they're not reporting on the fact that people are getting blood clots and large hearts. The hearts are stopping. They're getting spike protein. People are dying from this death jab.
People have definitely, even not as far as dying. Even not as far as dying, they're just having a lot of symptoms that they haven't had. There has been a lot of deaths, but even more so, there's just been a lot of symptoms that have been fucked since I got it.
Yeah, and I'm just here.
I'm so glad I didn't get that shit.
I'm never that guy. Listen, I am. Hey. But it ain't about getting it or not getting it, because I don't want to, because it's a scary thing. We know family, we got family members, we got friends and stuff that have gotten this thing. So I don't want to make it about whether you gotten it or not. My point in this whole matter is that we've had COVID amnesia, and the overarching point to this is that the government subsidized and enforced a vaccine onto a population that it was not regulated, it was not tested properly, and it is actively killing people, and they're pulling it off the shelf. And there's studies and all this stuff being done on this vaccine, and it's like, okay, we don't got to talk about it no more. Nobody wants to talk about it.
I remember vividly, man, during like the heat of COVID when it first started. Me look like when vaccine first came around. I remember I don't know if it was on the podcast that we had. I don't know what it was, but like I remember seeing an article or a doctor came on Joe Rogan. And
I wasn't saying that. I wasn't doing that.
Or a doctor came on Joe Rogan. He's like, yeah, it took 10, 15 years for us to get the swine flu vaccine. And the other vaccine, they was like, yeah, it took us 10, 15 years to even create, to get one. And then they literally made it. So I remember my brain thinking like, damn, it's about to be like this. There ain't about to be a vaccine. Like, it's when I'm still kind of like, shit, COVID's around. Like, what? And 3 months later, there's a vaccine. Hey, it's a vaccine. Everybody get a vaccine. Hey, we'll pay you to come get the vaccine. Hey, come on down.
That was a crazy. Remember they were letting people sign up for the lottery?
Sign up for the lottery, bro. They was in the hood. I'm about to find this video. Y'all keep talking. In the hood, offering free blunts. They had commercials for free blunts to get. That happened.
Joe, I need to see, bro.
That is bizarre.
That literally happened, bro. They were in the hood asking people. They would give people free marijuana for the vaccine jab, bro. You really don't remember how hard they were pushing.
I do, bro. I remember the stories. I remember the stories.
You don't.
They were pushing it so bizarre.
So I'm just saying we can't just. I know we're 5 years removed, and some of us have survived, some of us haven't. Yada yada yada. It's not scary no more. But no, the doctor's here to give y'all an update, and I'm just saying.
Ain't it funny too?
Wait. Say that again.
I said they said my grandma died from COVID. Not my most recent grandma, but remember
from your mom, from your dad.
Yeah,
I did not.
From the shot.
No, they
or
just
from COVID.
Got COVID.
And, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's no doubt older people who have bad immune systems, like it took. I mean, the same way a flu can. But it ain't it funny how I just saw another COVID strain going around just yesterday.
Yeah, I've seen that like every other day.
There's been 10 different COVID strains, but there's another one going around, and it's in Ohio and everything. And it's just like we look at those and we just keep scrolling. We're like, who cares? We're done. We don't care.
We ain't learned one thing.
Nope. Well, I guess we did learn. I mean, the rest of the population did. That was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as really disbelieving the government.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did.
More people now than Americans ever do not trust the government.
Yeah.
There's even older people who, people you talk to who are like, who was swore by the government before. Now they're like, I don't know about that. So,
and I mean, I can't go a day without seeing vaccine kind of discussion. In fact, I wasn't going to tag you, but I wanted to tag you. There was one today on my timeline. My cousin commented on it. I see it all the time with just people on my timeline, women that got young children and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What should I do? Asking for advice. And I read the thread this day. And this lady that we went to school with must have young children or something. And she was just like, man, I don't really know what to do. I want to look into it. And people was commenting. Some people was agreeing, saying, fuck that. Don't believe the media. Get your child vaccinated. And some people were saying, no, do your research and yada, yada, yada. But that was not a conversation before. I mean, it was a conversation, but it was a fringe. That was a real fringe conversation way before. Now it's such a normal conversation that we're having in everyday conversations with, just regular people. That's all credited to the COVID situation, the COVID scare, and how they handled the vaccine. So,
yeah,
I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, they definitely woke some people up.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I hope I hope Bronny James is all right.
Just save it for David, dude. Save it.
I hope Bronny James is all right.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I seriously.
I'm glad the media ain't about him.
No, yeah, I seriously do.
This season was a chore.
Yeah, I can't wait for that narrative. I can't wait for that to be done.
Man, this season was so horrible.
I really, really can't wait for that to be done.
I'm so glad NBA's done. Tickled to death, actually.
Anybody know the score to the game right now?
Nope.
Good.
Come on, y'all.
I gave it a chance.
And your guy got eliminated. That's just really what happened.
Yeah, the teams I like got eliminated.
Who? The Timberwolves. The
I like watching.
Yeah, you like the Knicks. They're done.
I like watching the Knicks.
They're done. Joe Budden, you're done. 50, you're done.
Talk about being loud.
So, by the way, that diss track you just released this week was fucking trash.
You released a diss track?
Bruh, when he says he's gonna smack academics.
Bruh, that diss track was trash.
Academics said, you smack me, you'll be where Nipsey is. It's like, academics, please.
Please.
But it's like, also, Absol, stop. Absol, no one is
blind ass.
About you. Jump off the highway after
right, blind ass nigga. He said, jump off the highway ass boy. Man, real shit. I got some politics to talk, I think. Anything that you guys want to elaborate on at all? I don't even know where I'm at with my to-do list on here. Cat, got your tongue? Did you pause?
Nah, I didn't even hear what you said.
No, not you. Both of you.
Nah, I was just thinking, I don't.
Nah.
Before you get off here, what's going on with this movie?
What the more supposed to be seeing Saturday?
I
don't know too much about it. I mean, I know it's bring her back with I mean, I was just seeing the thing like you did, the preview, which I don't really remember. I just remember seeing it looking good.
What's it called?
And really, it's just bring her back.
Bring her back.
And it's the same people that may talk to me. So that's really, I mean, I'm at the point right now where if you make a movie that I like, that's creative, that's new, and it's cool, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I definitely got to give you a second hint.
Yeah, you earn my trust. So I'm gonna go check it out. It looks all right. It looks new. It looks
Yeah, okay.
Fresh,
this is a movie that the people, the creators, talked to me, made. And talk to me was a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie. So
yeah, it was new.
And I mean, if I had seen that in theaters, it might have been different.
Yeah, it
might have been different. So I'll definitely give this one a chance. Shane, what about the movie you was telling us about, the war movie?
I'll tell y'all, go watch Warfare. That is the most realistic war movie, bro, I've ever seen. No bullshit.
Yeah, I'm going to watch
it. Don't compare it to like it don't got the story like a Saving Private Ryan. It don't go into it with that. But as far as like, I've never had
action.
This thing is just like action, G.I. Joe.
Not even just action, bro. The feeling. I've never been put into a movie where I wanted it to end so bad, but not because it was bad. Like it was just like that.
Did you stress for them?
Stressed. And it's like
I'm
like it's not like American Sniper where it gets brutal, and that's the only war movie I've ever seen where I've been like, wow, I definitely don't want to go to war.
Yeah.
And this is called what again?
Warfare.
Yeah,
I'm gonna type in soon. I was trying to go to the theater and see it, but they only had it in the theater for a couple weeks, and once I saw it, when it was in there, we was watching that. What was we watching?
Tell me, bro, you watch it, bro. And it's it's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's my type of bag.
Like an hour and 20 minutes.
That's easy. Yeah, that's easy. So we'll go tap in and that bring her back on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll watch that movie, Shane, that you're talking about. I'll see, because I'm not a big fan of just like war strategy and like shooting guns blazing type shit.
You might not like it. Man.
Yeah, I although I am a sucker for like good graphics and like good camera shots and directing. So if it has like little angles and shit where I'm like, oh damn, that camera director got down there and did that.
It's not that, bro. Don't go. I'm telling you, it's just if
G.I. Joe. Okay, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, sure, bro.
I don't want G.I. Joe shit. Lane says, "Can we talk Russia before bedtime?" Well, Shane is really on Madden.
Yeah, I'm checked out for real. And I'm in a barn burner.
What's that mean? Close game or a blowout?
Close game.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah,
Lane. Huh?
We can talk about something fun.
Like what? We already shitted on all the people.
You already got all the fun out there.
Yeah, I already shitted on all the people I needed to shit on, I think.
Oh, well, let's get off then.
Well, I'm about to be on for another 2 hours.
Okay.
Another hour.
I'm chilling.
Yep, so y'all can watch me. Lane, I am about to talk Russia. I'm really about to talk this South Africa situation that's really crawling up my spine. And there was a ceasefire struck, I think, today that I asked Shane and Hunter if they seen, but they thought I was asking probably about something else. They started talking about football.
What was you talking about?
I was at the gym. I seen breaking news and it said ceasefire, and I read and I said interesting. So, the Israelis are getting more territory, so they're getting exactly what they wanted in exchange for this. I think a 60-day ceasefire. But yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. Shane is about to keep his eye on the screen. You're about to get off, but you're gonna.
I'm here.
You're gonna get. Oh, you're staying here?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. All right. Cool. Let me go to my page here, and I'm about to find some stuff that I shared. Lane, tell me what you were referring to as far as the Russia situation. I'm not hip. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see. Lane, if you're still here. Oh, I also did want to say happy 50th birthday to Mr. 3K. We're still about a little under 1,000 years away from your vision, man. But I do want to give you your flowers, Mr. Andre 3000. Cooler than a polar bear's toenails.
Is he?
Oh, hell yeah. Is he not?
I'm just asking questions.
Andre the coolest mother. He's the coolest 50-year-old I know.
I'm just asking questions these days.
I ain't gonna lie. You do this weird hating shit on people that don't deserve hate. Andre deserves a little bit of hate for
that piano album is ass.
Yes.
Okay, say it.
Yes.
All right.
Do we count that towards his discography? No.
You gotta count it towards something.
Huh?
You gotta count it towards something.
Well, while you're here and you want to count things, did you see what I shared on Facebook today?
No, I don't think so.
About J. Cole?
No, I don't. If you think I pay attention to anything you say, J. Cole.
See?
What?
That's all right.
You be hating, that's why.
It's not hate, but I don't want to go there with you if you don't want to go there. It's not hate.
You don't know where to go, but up.
No, I'm just saying, like,
where's there to go?
Where's he at?
Don't worry about it. He's happy. He's 40.
So Andre can't drop piano albums.
Andre is fake outside, teasing people and trolling people.
That's exactly how I feel about Jermaine Cole. Tell Eve. Cole
couldn't be more tucked away.
No, tell Eve. I want you. You have access to talk to him. Tell Eve to stay off of Twitter, fake ignoring Kendrick.
What are you talking about?
You know he be doing that, bro. You know
he likes Kendrick.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Yeah, all right, bro. You think you're like?
Did you see me in his exchange a few weeks ago?
You and Eves? I didn't know y'all had an exchange a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
What'd you say to him?
He didn't respond, but it don't matter.
It's not an exchange. Delusional man.
It don't matter, bro. I lit his ass up because he gonna talk about give me the top 5 storytelling rap songs in the last couple years. Lot. I'm like, dude, you gonna get enough.
Talking about my phone died, the baby's crying out. It must be a nice excuse, bro.
Who did that? Nice excuse, please. Just say, please. Say it's time for bed. You gotta burp the fucking baby.
Blaming it on my
please. blaming it on Neff.
Boy,
Like,
please.
boy, please.
But
In fact, you would have been.
What'd you
asleep
say? I
way
saw you
before
something
then.
complaining something about a story time rap. Who'd you put out a story? Reincarnated or something?
Yes.
But why do you be
There's
thinking everything be a shot? Eve is not taking no shot.
Because
It could have been
Shane, listen to me. No, listen to me good. I am not crazy. I'm always accurate.
That's
Way before. Listen, there's smoke there. There's smoke there. He's been intentionally, I told you months ago, he's been intentionally ignoring everything that this camp puts out. He's been intentionally ignoring everything that's been going on in hip hop. So don't get your little happy ass on the timeline if you ain't gonna talk about what everybody's talking about. Then you wonder why you got 27 retweets, nigga, because you ain't talking about shit. We don't give a fuck. Jid just released another single with a video, and nobody gives a fuck. Okay? Get with the program. And I also told the clowns that if they wanted to do anything, their best bet would have been to send Jid out, which they've been wanting to do. Come on, let's be real. Send Jid out,
bro. Like, we're done, dude. We are done. Give it up. Give it a rest.
Lane said the Flute album had moments.
That's what I'm saying. Lane looks anything that's fake, historically black. Shut up.
Like, yeah.
Like
you just like anything.
Like we get it. And you like rap music. It's cool. We don't care.
He said Flute album had moments. No, we're mad at Andre. Okay. Whatever, man. I don't even want to discuss. I knew I didn't want to discuss this with you because you can't even see it
any way but one way.
No, you're dismissive.
Well, what are you?
You're dismissive. I'm not dismissive. I'm always peeping my nose and sticking my nose in places and putting my finger in places.
Okay, that's all.
Yes. Say. No, I'm not the narrative creator. I see it there. I see it there. Runner. Okay. Can you answer me? Can you answer a few questions I have directly? Why does Eve tweet every day and not acknowledge anything that went on? I
can't confirm or deny that. I haven't seen.
And what you can't confirm or deny what?
And ignoring things.
Okay, when he's on the timeline, why does he not ever allude to the biggest happening in hip hop?
Man, bowed out. I can't do what I can't talk. Like if I can't fight for you, what do you want me to say? I can't fight for him. He bowed out. I can't say nothing.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, okay, so we agree that that's his stance.
What? That his man bowed out and I can't say nothing? Yeah, but you're saying it as in like he's afraid to, or he's like maliciously doing something. No, I want to tweet every day like I've been tweeting, but I can't tweet about that. So, sorry.
And what do we always say? They address the elephant in the room.
Cuz, bro, you don't even understand. That was literally because I'm talking to you.
Bro, you were insane. I can't remember, but either address the elephant in the room or shut up when everybody's talking. You know what I'm saying? Just shut up. Just do what J. Cole's doing. Just do what all of them are doing. Just stay off Twitter.
Even if J. Cole was doing it, guess what you would say?
Oh no, if he was doing what Eve is doing,
I'm saying J. Cole's literally not doing nothing. And look what you're doing.
Because that's the same. That's basically the same.
Exactly my point. If he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
He's literally damned if he does. Trying to mind his business, and everybody keeps trying to come outside and rap. I'm minding my business.
Because you spent 5 years rapping. I don't understand.
Somebody pull my card. What you want me to say? I got my card pulled. I can't really say too much.
Okay.
What you want me
to
say?
Well, okay. Nope, I don't want you to say anything. You're exactly right. You're exactly right, Jacob. Don't you say anything. Don't even say it. That's what I shared. When I shared this meme, I said, keep it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, so you don't got nothing to say. I don't want to hear
that. I got something to say when the fall off drops. I'm gonna have some stuff to say. I'm gonna talk about all that. I'm gonna talk about everything I want me to get to. I can't talk right now.
And this is Stefan's problem. He remembers.
Okay,
I'm going to
remember
remember
delusional
this whole
man?
period.
Yep.
Huh? I'm going to remember this period where he didn't have nothing to
Because
say
you
when
gotta
people were
respect
outside.
niggas that understand the climate. You have to respect that. You have to respect that. I think people would think it's more annoying if he was still outside saying he's the best.
Of course, that's not
Okay,
what.
so
Yeah,
like,
of course.
and then
Of
if I
course.
was outside tweeting, not tweeting about that, saying nothing about that, you would be saying no. Address what happened.
He think look at him thinking
What?
that matters. He said,
Sorry, some of my haters. You think I like at all. That's not what we're saying. We're saying you fake like stuff.
I mean, that's what Shane is saying.
That's
I
what
wasn't
I'm saying.
saying that.
That's what I
I
think.
was
Every time you
saying
post something,
that I was saying that I think you like too much shit. I've been telling you that. I think I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think you could find you can find good in a lot of shit. I could find good in shit, but I can say something's overall still not the best. Y'all are certified haters. Am I supposed to be offended by y'all saying I like too much shit? No. Our intention isn't to offend. Yep. Our intention is to say what we think it is and let it lie where it may. Anyways, man. Yep. I really want to talk politics, but I feel like everything's going awry. This ain't good. I'll be quick. Because my Mac is about to die. So got a comment. And he about to rage on the game. This is amateur hour 100%. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. He's talking about you. Are you in another game? What's the score?
14-14.
You've been on a
I've
Madden
always been
kick.
on Madden kick since you won.
No. Is this something I can poke and prod at?
I've been on a Madden kick since you know me.
That's a lie.
No, I'm not. I just tried to call. I just went public with it because I was trying to call out everybody that was fake good at Madden before that went and ran on college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden, don't nobody play Madden no more.
So there hasn't been an uptick in your Madden usage.
Really, no.
Be for it. That's not true. That's not true. And it's going to drive me insane. It's going to literally drive me insane. It's not true. You've been playing Madden significantly more.
No, I haven't. What makes you think that? Give me your indicator.
Working out, fighting, just regular life shit that you got to do, going out, partying. All ticked.
It says what? Say it again.
I said it ticked down, and Madden has ticked up.
I go to the gym every day.
Okay.
I haven't been.
Is there a way? Is there some usage? Is there a way to find out your usage on Madden?
I don't believe so.
You're lucky. You've been playing Madden a lot more. You've been playing the game a lot more. I don't care what you say. But that's neither here nor there. It's null and void. The point of the matter is Trump and Elon not seeing eye to eye. Shane predicted this. But more importantly than that is Trump is trying to bully a South African nation who what do you got to say now? Oh, same comment. This ain't gonna work for me. Me going down this rabbit hole with 10% on my MacBook. Then my camera goes away. Yep. You're wondering how I understand, but it's besides the point. I have 2 ports, and one has the HDMI connected to it. The other one has the camera connected to it.
Picking up what you're putting down.
I might just have to. Well, I guess I won't be on tomorrow. Lane, we're hitting the city. And it's his birthday, man. Shout out to my guy. It's his birthday tomorrow. 27.
You're 27. Grow the hell up. Oh, Lane.
I'm not 27.
He's grown.
Yeah. 27's old. 27's kind of up there.
Probably when you get 30.
30. Are you really 30? Like, are you like legit 30?
Talk about that. Why are you so afraid to hit 30?
A multitude of reasons. You just feel like life is passing you by, like you're not keeping up with life at a certain point. But more so than that, I'm just kind of like a percentage guy. And when I see 30, I'm like, so as far as quality life, I'm at about 50 to 60%.
Quality of life
lived.
What do you mean?
Quality of life. In another 30 years, you'll be 60.
Is that scary?
So that means
scary?
Huh?
Why?
It's very scary.
Scary about that.
Don't you feel sometimes that as you age, the years get faster? Do you feel like that?
As I age, the years get faster.
Yes.
You
was just 25.
Not really, bro. I've always had it. I that don't really know. I know people say that, but like, nah. I don't even know how else to say it, but nah.
So time doesn't speed up.
I won't say that because you know what I mean. Like 2020 to like now was a blur, but it's not because of like age. It's just because of like circumstance. You know what I mean? Like me and Hunter lived together for 3 years or whatever it was. That is my.
Right. And now not right.
And now not for 2 years. But as far as like, I just don't. Maybe I'll never put an age limit on like milestones and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I am a milestone kind of person in a sense, but it like I said, it's more or less just about how quick life is, and you just think like, damn, like it's only about to how in the hell does it say no signal? It's only, to me, it's only about to get quicker, bro. So I'm 30. I mean, if you're 30, what's your next 5 years look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your next 10 years look like? And it's like, yeah, you may not be a milestone person, but like realistically, it's like, well, playtime's kind of over.
I'm hearing you, but why? Says who?
Are you asking me or are you asking
the collective
societal norm? Okay. I'll answer it from societal norm. Societal norm says that if you want to do certain things like have a family and all these things, it will be done at least within this decade, if not before. Yeah. Right? So there's some societal pressures in that sense. Now, for me, it's also a matter of, I think the average millionaire is like 53 years old. You see, I think the average homeowner is in their late 40s. The average, all of these kind of things that I would like to do is kind of in your later years. But as I'm getting older, I'm getting closer to that benchmark. I'm getting closer to that age, but maybe not necessarily closer to that goal. So in that sense, for me, it's like, damn, man. When I was a kid, you just didn't envision. You know, as a kid, you're delusional. You think that you're going to be a millionaire when you're 15. I mean, you think you're going to be a millionaire when you're 25. You think you had. When I was a kid, you couldn't have told me life wouldn't have been all figured out by the time I was 25.
But that's,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear you, but I'm listening. Even like when I had a girl like in high school, like you know how them delusional ass conversations would come up, and you would be like, "I want to do this by this, and I want to do this by this." I would even ask back then, like, "Why is that the age?" Like,
why?
Now, girls is a little bit different because biological clock and babies and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like white picket fence, or I want to be done with school, and I want to do this, and I want to have this many houses by this. Like, that's just like delusional to me.
I hear you because I agree with that in certain circumstances, but I also understand, like you said, there is a biological clock.
Is different. That's different for women, at least. Well, and men.
Yeah, and even for yourself. Even for yourself, it's like I don't want to be the father at 45. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying
new father. You mean?
Huh?
Like a new dad at 45 is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, period. Yeah, new dad. Like I don't want to be on my third child. I don't want to be on my fifth child at 45. I don't want to do shit like that at 45. So in the sense of trying to like usher your life and shepherd your life, there is milestones and there is certain shit that you should be planning for and trying to achieve, or else you find yourself in predicaments where you look up, and you're not living the life that you necessarily wanted to live. And now, granted, some people do live day to day. Some people just live year to year, check to check, whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with that reality. But for me, I am somebody that kind of in my brain has a lot of shit mapped out. So that's where age does become a factor. Although, like you said, I mean, it shouldn't be as much of a factor. I think of the late great Prince, one of his interviews, and he was talking about, they kept asking him his age, and he started going by the infinity sign and all this weird Prince shit. But he was telling them, I don't know my age. I haven't kept track of my age in so long. I mean, of course the nigga knew his age. I mean, get real. But I understood his sentiment. He was saying that's why I still look young as fuck. But I don't celebrate birthday. Huh?
I'm not saying look, but I'm saying I genuinely feel young. No, I know because I don't stress about nothing, bro. You know me, like I've never operated in a world of like stress. I get stressed out, but I'm saying like it don't be for long. People that get stressed out drive me crazy, bro. It's not that serious. Nothing's that serious.
Yeah, I agree. I can't say I don't get stressed out,
but you know what I'm saying. People that live in stress, like get stressed, like I'm so stressed, bro. Like how are you stressed for a week?
Yeah. I move on fast too with shit too. In that sense, there has been one time in my life where I ain't gonna lie, stress kicked my ass, bro. I don't hope it happens again, but I did lose a lot of fucking weight. And it was the period of dealing with the move.
The most recent move, or like in 2020?
Yeah, the situation that we had where I was really in between two different commitments, and it really weighed on me for months, man. I just got real sick because it was just like I knew I was gonna let somebody down. So I mean, there's been like, personal situations, family and all that shit where it's like, damn, you get crushed and shit, but you kind of, for me, I'm able to kind of maneuver myself out of that and move on. So yeah, I'm kind of with you, but I do understand why people get stressed and shit like that. I always say life ain't that hard, but in the same vein, I've told Hunter this, and I don't know how you feel about this. I struggle with I'm like, how much of me is nurtured versus nature? How much how much of my intelligence is due to the fact of nurturing? Like, was it conditioned on me, or am I naturally this way? You know, I struggle with that sometimes because when I look at it from that vantage point, I'm like, damn, man, everybody wasn't afforded some of the I didn't grow up luxurious or anything like that, but some of the luxuries I did have, some of the pros that I did grow up with, everybody wasn't afforded that luxury. So that's when I think of that, I have to have a little bit of sympathy for people.
For
And
sure.
how they
I got
deal with
sympathy
stress.
for people,
So,
but I when if you don't believe that, I don't think when people are like in that slump, I'm just like
you think they're
not
being
being
too
too
down,
down, but there's a such
they're,
thing as being too down for too long. At
yes,
some point, it's like shit or
for
get off
sure.
the pot.
For sure. So you, and I guess this is true to you. I guess this is true for what I know you as. You've definitely been depressed before, but you usually kick your own fire starter.
Yeah. Because it's like life ain't that serious, bro.
It really ain't. It's really not. Like, we're really literally spinning on a fucking floating rock. Like, it's really not that serious. I mean, it is, but it ain't.
It ain't nothing that permanent where you that down bad.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, if you want to just think on the grand scheme of like, we're not here permanently. So maybe it's just how you're like raised, and we were raised pretty similar in that way, but like, I don't know, bro.
So do you think about existence and all that stuff a lot? Yeah, or just like really the meaning of life and
or no, actually no, not the meaning of life. No, not necessarily.
Well, when I say that, well, what do you mean by?
I mean, like, I feel like I'm not that I know the meaning of life, but I think the meaning of life isn't that important to the grand scheme of what I think life is. If that sounds crazy.
Okay. No, it don't sound crazy because that now I'm following. I was saying in the sense of like when I'm saying the meaning of life, I mean like collective purpose, like humanity.
Oh, yeah, I do. In that aspect, yeah.
Okay. And then so for self, you're saying you don't think of the meaning of life that serious, or
like how people be like, I'm just struggling to find my purpose, bro.
That's yeah. I mean, I understand that, but I see what you're saying. I understand that. Do you feel like you found your purpose?
Yeah. Yep. My purpose is in people. Now, if everybody is acting on what their purpose is, that's on you. But
no, hold on, slow
I
that
said
down.
I feel like my purpose is in people, but whether you're acting on your purpose or not is on you. Like, because you know your purpose don't mean you're doing it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Many
like
people know it or denying it or suppressing it.
Yeah, or you just too late. Like,
sure.
You don't feel like doing your purpose. You know what I mean? Shit, my purpose is to drive sales and shit, but I don't always feel like doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes people's purpose is scary.
Maybe your purpose requires you to do more than what you really feel like doing at the time. And that's really what I feel. That's what I feel like with my purpose.
I
like doing all that shit right now. I'm playing.
I feel the same way. I mean, I all of my favorite leaders, all of my people that I've looked up to, they've all similarly have had somewhat of the same fate, which is like not a death wish, but the shadow of death over them. And it's usually due to the fact of their big fucking mouth. And that's not remiss on me that I feel like my grand purpose. I always say, I don't know in what field it is. I don't know if in my past life I was a therapist. I don't know if I was some sort of, I don't know. I also think like, damn, man, when I find out some of my family lineage, I'm like, okay, well, I am a grandson of a preacher, and on both sides, you know, because I didn't know much about my mom's side because her parents died so young. But when I go into their lineage and I find out my grandpa on her side, you know, was owned a church and same thing. And then my grandpa on my dad's side, same thing. So it's like, damn, I don't know. Again, I don't know what avenue I'm supposed to express myself in, but I definitely know my purpose. And I only feel good and fulfilled when I'm doing my purpose. That's how I know it'd be my purpose, which is sometimes even sitting on this podcast and talking at a camera for fucking 3 hours. Sometimes to myself, I'll be feeling fulfilled because even if it ain't reaching a large audience or much of anybody, one or two people, I feel like I am expressing myself and getting my thoughts out. And I just feel like that's my purpose.
Wait, you think your purpose is, well, your purpose is never selfish, right?
I think it is.
No.
I
believe your purpose.
I'm saying that in the sense.
I could be wrong, but I don't believe that your purpose is ever self-serving.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I struggle with that ideology. I struggle with, and me and Lane, I don't know if you're still on here. Me and Lane have had mad conversations about this, and it's called self-deception and shit. Like, I struggle with the ego and being able to separate the two because the ego causes a lot of self-deception. And I think people out there, I've always told you, and I know this, I have a hero complex. I have a God complex. I literally do. And I think me telling myself, reaching people and talking to people and preaching and all that shit, that's my purpose. But I really think that that's a self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's really like an egotistical thing. So that's what I mean by that. I don't really be, when I'm doing it, I don't be having ill intentions. But I do think people that, I think preachers and all that stuff, it is kind of like self-fulfilling.
If you're doing it for self-fulfilling purposes. That's why I believe there's false prophets and shit like that.
For sure. But it's such a false, I'm not a false, that's such a blurry line. You see what I'm saying? Because who's to say that you're not, who's to say the person that says that they've been touched by God and they got to get this message out? Like, who's to say that that's not self-fulfilling? Even if you did hear the voices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Self-deception is a motherfucker, and we all have self-deception, bro. The ego is a real life motherfucker. Yes, I'm calling out. Hunter said, so you calling out Pastor Brown? I'm just saying, man, it's all self-fulfilling, really. When you think about everything we do, it's all self-fulfilling. I ain't gonna lie.
It's self-fulfilling if it's self-fulfilling. Like, that's the thing. It's only self-fulfilling if it's self-fulfilling.
You gotta elaborate a little bit more to me.
I'm saying, like, only you will know if it's self-fulfilling. You know? Like, only you know you're lying.
No, but that ain't it. That's not it. I'm saying, like, you can literally legit believe you're doing something for people.
Yeah.
Right? But that could be your own ego feeding you. It could be your ego. It could be your hero complex. It could be your God complex. When I help people, I genuinely do it out of feeling like, damn, listen, bro, I'm the biggest enabler probably that when it comes to, like, helping people out. I can't help myself, especially when it comes to a close connection, like somebody real close friend or a family member. I can say no, but, like, it's very rare that I can say no. And I struggle with the fact that it's like, is that really me having empathy, or is that really just my ego feeding itself? That could be how I really get off on thinking that I'm doing anything good in my life or worth anything, So that's where I'm meaning, like, that's that self-deception. That's that ego that you can genuinely feel like you're helping somebody and still be feeding your ego. It's just that simple. So I don't know. I do feel like that is my purpose. Now, whether it's self-fulfilling or not, that's a conversation literally for a philosopher or somebody. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Me and Lane talk about it all the time. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm probably just feeding my ego, no cap, more than likely. But I'm not saying that when I'm doing it, I'm knowing I'm doing it. And I've also seen it through my dad, so it made me be able to look at it through a different eyesight, because one of the kind of jokes, family jokes that we got as like my siblings is, my dad is notorious, and Dad, if you're watching, I love you, man. But he's notorious for he helps 24/7. That's all he does. His whole life has been helping, and but in some sort of way, he's like caught in a cycle where me and Hunter knows this about my dad, where he isn't. My dad is not comfortable unless he has something to complain about. You see what I'm saying? So if you're that person, then you're going to continuously put yourself in position to have to help people so you can complain.
You're just caught up in you're just caught up in the actual complaint of doing the thing.
Doing the thing. You just like complaining. You just are. So I don't know. I don't fucking know. I really didn't get to anything.
So we didn't get to Rick and Morty,
man. Oh my goodness, man! I do want to leave off on that, and then I'm gonna have to.
Talking about knowing your purpose. I'm just saying, like, well, it's gonna be interesting to see where Rick and Morty go after we've already seen that everybody knows their quote unquote purpose. Since they sandblasted everything last episode, so it's like, well, I mean, last season.
No, I might have to rewatch. Yeah. Oh, last season, right? Okay, yeah. I was about to say, wait, what happened last episode where they did that? Yeah, I agree, man. What's funny is I was just going through my all my old episodes on here, and I watched the one where me and Hunter and you were using the chat, and we was talking about Rick and Morty. We was talking about our expectations and shit like that, and we were really down on episode 1, but I feel good. I like the episode. I like that episode, and I kind of felt a relief that it's like, all right. They did say I wasn't happy with how they closed all the storylines last year. That was my critique.
What was it that we didn't get that you were expecting?
It wasn't what we didn't get. It was what we did get and how frequent we got it. So Rick and Morty drug out 7 seasons of a storyline mystery, right? Who's Rick's wife? Who's evil Morty? Like the genius in Rick and Morty outside of the action of the show was the storyline that was going on with these different characters that they would throw in once a season. You see what I'm saying? Evil Morty would pop up and it was a big fucking deal. You know, Evil Rick would pop up and it was a big deal. We didn't know their origin. We didn't know why. They went all these seasons and they hinted and had Easter eggs and shit on Diane, Rick's wife, on how she actually died. What's his origin story? You see what I'm saying? And then they answered all of those questions last season. And they did it like within 3 episodes, like back to back to back. And I was just like, yo, you see what I'm saying? Like, y'all just closed up all the storylines that we cared about. So that's where I was disappointed. And it wasn't even in the execution. The episodes were good. It was just in the fact that they closed the storylines. I'm like, come on, man. I wanted y'all to drag a little bit of that out. But back to this season, episode 1, man, I do feel like it is a breath of fresh air and that they are going to be able to take the show in a different area. It does scare me that they're able to do that because let's see what Hunter said. Rick and Morty came strong and I'm invested again. I am curious where the overall arc will go. I agree. I am curious where they're going to go with this arc, man. Are they going to have a storyline? Are they going to be able to ever get us invested into like mystery again like they were in the previous 7 seasons? I don't know. Or are they literally legit just going to do adventures? You know what I'm saying? And turn it to kind of like a Family Guy type, Simpsons type show, South Park type show, where they're just doing like, one off like even in this recent episode, I seen a little portion of it kind of made fun of our tipping culture.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen
it out. He said 20%. He said
he said it don't got an option for nothing else.
I know.
He said, yeah, I know, or whatever. Yeah. So maybe that's where they go to where it's just like South Park or like those other shows where it's just like they just do like what's going on in the culture and they might like do a little flip on it and have a funny episode about it. I mean, I liked Rick and Morty for the storyline. I do like the adventures. The adventures I think is dope, and I think they're really slept on. I think when it's all said and done, and we really kind of summarize this show, we're gonna really start to have a conversation about two things. Is Rick and Morty as a duo more iconic than like a Scooby and Scooby-Doo type adventure show? And the other thing is, what other adventure show out there
said
can
he's
we
watched the
compare
Rick
it
and Morty
to?
episode 4 times already. I've watched it twice.
Damn, did he?
In our group chat.
Where did he say that? I think they will just do adventures for real, but that's all right with me at this stage as long as the episodes are good. I don't know. Shane, how do you feel?
I just think what this feels reminiscent of me, and Khalil can probably agree. It feels like after in Marvel where Endgame and Infinity Wars met, and it was just like, damn, this just built up for 18 years.
All the time.
Where do we go now? So it's an open canvas. Like it's like you don't know what to expect because you've been waiting for this thing that was built up and was supposed to happen for so long, and it happened. You knew it was coming. Yeah. Eventually.
So what ended up happening?
I'm saying everybody knew like they were once they started building the storyline up to Thanos getting the Infinity Stones. As we start seeing him pop up in like in the end credits, post credits, and things like that, it's like, oh, okay, I see where we're going. And then you finally get there. He does the snap. We watch Endgame. People die, and it's like, damn, we knew that was going to happen, but it happened. So now it's up for them to be creative again. And
oh, okay. So I'm asking in your
Marvel
has there been
in the best shape since.
So they have released movies after this story that you're talking about, and it didn't.
I haven't liked all of them. I've liked a couple of them. I haven't liked all of them.
So they closed their big storyline, and it didn't. That's
and
what
I don't know the
worry
direction
about.
in which they're going right now.
That's what I worry about because.
But the beauty about that is like people forget like when Iron Man and all that dropped, like Thor, we didn't know where they were going. You know what I mean? It was so early in the game. Nobody knew like that early on where they were going with it. I think they just had creative direction and it came out to be what it was. But nobody was when I don't remember anyway. Maybe I was too young. It came out, but I don't remember that being the narrative until maybe like 2013.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit before.
It just the other thing that makes me nervous is it leaves it up to the writers now to carry this legacy of Rick and Morty on. You see what I'm saying? Like because they do different writers every episode and shit like that. So it's like we're trusting on different pens and stuff every episode to carry on a legacy. A heavy legacy. So it makes me nervous. But like I said, I was thoroughly pleased with episode 1. I will say though, I do want Rick and Morty to get back to. We have got to get. Here's my one critique with Rick and Morty. We have got. Hey writers, we have got to get back on Rick and Morty to Rick and Morty adventures, bro. Can y'all please stop doing A/B stories with Rick and Morty? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like in 2 different places. I don't know if anybody's been noticing that. They've been doing that a lot lately where it's like we'll have Summer and Morty together in the B story or the A story and then Rick in the B story. And like I want Rick and Morty together. Summer, Beth, and Jerry can be the B story. But we need episodes with Rick and Morty, dog. We need the meat and potatoes. I like them together. I like their relationship. It was one of my favorite story arcs in any show ever. Just watching Rick counsel his young grandson from season 1 on. You just watch how it grows, and then Morty becomes smart. And like, if you go back to season 1, Morty was freaking the fuck out on every adventure, bro. Like literally bugged out eyes. He was freaking the fuck out. And then you start to see him mature into this killer. And like then he starts saving Rick's ass on season 3. You know what I'm saying? He's the one kind of carrying some of the episodes. So we want to get back to a lot of the Rick and Morty adventures. But overall, I was definitely
You were pleased, you said.
I was pleased. I was pleased. I'm gonna watch it tonight now that Khalil said he watched it 4 times. And you said what you said, Hunter said what y'all. I mean, we already talked about it earlier. That
and the voice don't bother me as much. The voice don't bother me.
They didn't this episode. And that's another reason why I ain't gonna lie. That's another reason why I'm saying I want to see Rick and Morty together in an A story, because that's when you're able to tell the most, when they're going back and forth with each other. Because I said it last year. I'm like, I see what these fuckers are doing. They separated Rick and Morty a lot last season, so it can balance out the voice changes. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they're together in one story, we're going to notice that voice change. If they're in an A, B story, we ain't going to notice it as much because they're talking to other people and it's just one of them. So I want to see them together more for that reason too. But I got to watch this episode again because y'all was telling me I really didn't understand it.
You didn't understand it?
I didn't.
Are you trying to? Maybe you're trying to just like you're trying to do too much in your brain.
Maybe, but I feel like there was references and shit there. I feel like there was
mad references. A lot of fun at like baddie culture, which was funny. I thought that was like a funny seeing a white.
Okay,
I thought it was funny seeing white people's take on like baddie culture, like you know what I mean. Like that's it's like that's like how y'all envision like white baddies. You know what I mean? Like calling her mom bitch and shit like that.
Summer was talking.
She's like, "No, mom, this is why you don't have no friends."
And what she said, that was a bar where I can't remember. She said, "Isn't comedy just unspoken truth that we like acknowledge?" Yeah. She said a bar, which was 100% true. That's why I love that show, bro. They always throw the shit in there like that. But yeah, I think you're right.
That was what Summer.
There was definitely.
She was like Ashley Tisdale, like Brit, like what's the one girl's name? Paris Hilton.
Yep. Paris Hilton, Hillary Duff type. Yeah. But I feel like there was. See, with Rick and Morty, the thing is.
Go ahead.
The thing with Rick and Morty that I learned early on is that
they don't do nothing for no reason.
Like I said, they don't do anything for no reason. They're a very intentional show, but they're one of those shows where you can watch it for enjoyment of the episode and the adventures, even if you don't understand what's going on. If you get high, just sit back and watch. You know, it's a trippy show. But if you want to kind of follow the linear story and shit like that, or even like the fourth wall, you know, if you want to break the fourth wall, if you don't want to follow the actual story arc of Rick and Morty and Evil Rick and all that shit, it's good enough to watch, but you have to sometimes understand the movie reference.
Yeah.
This show, they do movie. It's not like South Park. I mean, it's really unique. Rick and Morty, all their episodes is based off of a fucking movie. And I understand that this one was like about the Matrix, right?
Yes, the Matrix.
The episode was about the Matrix. So I was trying to figure out, I haven't watched the video on it, if there was like Matrix references.
I didn't catch any, and I'm pretty well versed in the Matrix.
Yeah, so I gotta see. He said, "Is that a Steelers sign in your background?" Yeah, don't be looking back there. You're not supposed to be looking back there. Man, I'm kind of salty, man. But I'm glad you
references outside of the. And he was saying like it's nothing but a bunch of ones and zeros.
I gotta watch it again, bro, because I feel like something's there, bro. And I might have just missed the common sense of the episode by looking too deep. Like
it could have been a setup episode, like setting up callback. I felt like this episode set up a lot of callbacks for the future.
Okay.
There were a couple things.
Okay.
Like I feel like they're going to revisit this in a few in some episodes now.
I can see that. They do that a lot, especially in their opening episodes. They do a lot of callbacks to previous seasons and tie shit together. They do be doing that, so I can see that. But ultimately, I definitely have to watch it again. Khalil said he watched it 4 fucking times. I said I was gonna watch it 4 times that day, and I ain't get to do that. I'm gonna probably watch it going to sleep tonight. Oh man, Shane, what should I do?
I went on Rick and Morty binge the last couple of days, so.
I don't mean that. I mean, should I
streaming?
Bruh, I had so much to say on 3 topics that I didn't even fucking touch, but I'm at 2.5 hours. I really got beef. I really got shit like heavy on my heart with the South Africa situation. I really do. And then, I like talking about my man Ibrahim, because that's it's a development situation. And I like to see the do you know the Michael Langley guy, the black general that started all this? He came out and he kind of like kind of backtracked on some of his statements. Now he's all like, oh, what they're doing over there is great. And I like that because, like I was telling Jay Creep and I was telling you guys on here a few streams ago, I think Mahadi asked, what can we do to help? And I was just saying, man, the power of our voices to expose people's plots and plans is what we be needing to do. Yeah, while it's happening. And I'm seeing it in real time. I do believe there was another assassination attempt last week on Ibrahim. Maybe a few days ago, there was another assassination attempt on his life. But I'm really loving the what is the word I'm looking for? I guess media attention spotlight, or the propaganda that Burkina Faso is putting out themselves, and in African media is putting it out themselves, because they're trying to blow the whistle. You see what I'm saying? They're like, no, this man is doing this. Don't let them lie to y'all like they've done before. I like that, because usually it's the West. It's all of that shit feeding us the news, and then we believe one way, and then they go in and do what they do. That ain't been the case with Ibrahim Traore. He's been getting a lot of media coverage, and he's been getting a lot of positive media coverage on social media. So I always want to use my platform to help usher that thing in, because I do not want to see this man lie dead anytime soon. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's literally, as long as we can blow the cover and can continue to highlight the shit that he's doing for his people and his country and shit like that, it lessens the chance that they're able to come in and really get away with doing what they do. So I guess in the grand scheme, I mean, not in the grand scheme, but just in summary, that's what I'll say with the Burkina Faso situation for now, because I guess I'm gonna do another stream about this, because I really got some in-depth shit I want to touch on, some of the shit he's doing there, because this is really near and dear to me, man, because some of my first introduction into like geopolitics and stuff like that, if you know me, was apartheid and Muammar Gaddafi. That was the first time I was old enough to know what was going on. The minister was touching on it. He's a really good friend of the nation. So I was knowing exactly what was going on in real time, and I seen him get murdered in real time, and it fucked me up. Because before then, you just think of these other world leaders and shit like that as dictators, because that's what they tell us they are. We don't know no different. We don't get information on what was going on in Cuba, and we just hear that Fidel Castro is this. We hear that Gaddafi is this. We hear that Assad is this. And if what high schooler gives a fuck? You don't like, fuck them niggas. So it's really near and dear to my heart that I feel like we can affect change this time because I wasn't aware enough then to do anything to help Gaddafi. And I don't think we as a people and a society had the power that we have on social media now to affect Gaddafi. Man, they slaughtered him and his son and shit like that. And that shit really bothers me. You know what I'm saying? That's it's fucked up. And I just don't want it to happen again. I don't.
Who's slow?
Huh? The powers that be. We're still trying to figure those people out. We're trying to figure who those people are. Just yet. And then the other situation going on that is near and dear to my heart is I was old enough to see Nelson Mandela. I think he passed away in 2013 or 2014 or something like that. And I was a little bit well versed on what was going on. So to see him pass away along with his beautiful wife, and now here we are 10 years later, and South Africa is back in the limelight. And I'm sitting here watching Trump try to bully them. I see the South Africa. What are you doing?
Nothing. My bad. Go ahead.
No,
I'm talking to this dude I just lost in the franchise league.
I'm seeing the South. I'm seeing the South Africa. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Is your game over?
I will never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. Banchaba ba sebakanna batho ba baholo ka dikhoneng ba tia transport ba ya kwa America ba yo bua ka nna slege. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts. Ramaphosa could not present the facts in front of Donald Trump. You've got a coward president. He left here. Ariana, he won't be bullied. When he arrived there, he was shaking. Atatazela, Achaba Donald Trump, another president scared of another president.
Man, let me get back to my page. That was just words from South Africa leadership. And last week, I think there was maybe 2 weeks ago, there was a meeting that Donald Trump had in the White House with the South African president. And just watching Donald Trump try to bully the president and just lying about the genocide going on in South Africa for the white farmers and stuff like that, which I've been covering a little bit all year. It just really, really bothers me that these people, they're really good. I had a metaphor in my mind earlier, and I can't. What these people are really good at is, you guys remember that 2010 period, probably from 2010 to maybe the 2015, 2016 period. There was a conservative push out in the media to kind of joke about the Illuminati, like publicly. So it was in our movies. They kind of like trolled about it, Kid Cut. You know, it was just in pop culture. And what was funny about that is they got us off of that. We were on that. That was a big era, pre-2010. Yeah. The Illuminati conspiracy was a big fucking deal in pop culture. Everybody was thinking everything was the Illuminati, right? So what does the enemy do? this is you'll see my connection. They put it in shows, they put it in movies, they make it common talking points to where it's so common, it's so normalized that we think, okay, we was tripping, because they're joking about why would they put it in their movies, why would they put it in the TV shows, why would they do this? And my point in saying that is that's what's going on in South Africa. To say that the native people of South Africa are committing Jewish genocide to the white Afrikaners is so delusional historically that I can't even believe it's a discussion. But this is what they do. They take maybe 100 years of the history of a land and they try to convince the people or whoever is consuming it that this is the full story. How can you say? First off, it needs to be the question needs to be begged. Well, how did South Africa become an apartheid state? How are there white farmers in South Africa? How do they have 90% control of the farmland and all the economics? How? How in South Africa is this possible? And that question is not being answered by our politicians. What they're saying is that, you hear noise on me? Give me 1 second, too. Where's this charger? It's time to go back to the red. Can you still hear the noise?
Nope.
Anyways, so it really bothers me. Trump is saying that there's white genocide going on. We know that he's allowed the refugees, I think 50 or 60 of the fuckers, to come back while he's kicking out other people. He's allowed the white South Africans to come to the United States to flee from South Africa because apparently they're facing a genocide there. It's so nonsensical that sometimes I see the news or I read up on shit or I see what's going on and I just can't even believe we're having this discussion. This territory has been occupied through Britain and many other white imperialist nations to even be in the situation to where we get an Elon Musk, to where we get a Trevor Noah, to where we get a Peter Thiel and all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we talking about white people in South Africa? How? Why are we talking about? I got a comment.
Ooh.
Oh, you still okay? You still on? You still following? My God, Trump trying to shut this down. He ain't shutting it down. It's just there's a lot of history there that I don't want to get into tonight. There's a lot of history there, but I feel like it's my job and duty to blow or pull the cover off of their tricks so they don't get away with it. They are trying to actively convince the American people that there is a white genocide going on over there and that it's unrighteous. And this is all because if you are a white farmer over in South Africa, if you are Elon Musk and those kind of people, if you are doing business and stuff like that, you do got to pay a fee. You do got to pay. Oh, he said about the noise. Yeah, and the point of the matter is Elon Musk wants to set up Starlink there, guys. Let's just cut to the bullshit. He wants to set up Starlink there. It's been going on for months. I've been reading about this for months. He wants to set up Starlink there. They don't want him to set up Starlink. Well, they don't not necessarily not want him to set up Starlink there, but they're like, you got to pay just like everybody else. For you to have your white little business over here, you got to pay. So Elon Musk don't want to pay. So now enter Donald Trump with these bullying tactics. It ain't gonna happen. And the occupation of South Africa needs to end. We're tired of it. We know apartheid fake ended decades ago, but it's still an apartheid state. They got a democracy there, but it ain't doing them no good. They can vote and all that shit, but it ain't doing them no good because they don't have no economical power over there. They don't control the goods. They don't control the material. They don't control the diamonds. They don't control none of the natural resources that land produces. So they're still not free. And at the end of the day, they are electing presidents and people and stuff like that to appease democratic elections and stuff like that, but they're still under apartheid, big time. And I mean, they have literally a lot. I mean, it's majority black people over there, but the white population that is over there, the 10% or 8% that is over there, they still maintained the majority of the wealth. So that's just a brief summary of what I want to say. I'm going to have to. I guess I'll do it Saturday, and it ain't going to be as close and near and dear to my heart because I just woke up feeling like I wanted to talk about it today. But I'll have to do an in-depth episode about these two things that are on my nerve really, really bad because I'm sitting here watching them. My screen went off. I'm sitting here watching them do the same shit that they've been doing for literally centuries. And come on, screen. I hate watching it in real time, and because the thing that I hate watching is I hate watching the normalcy of it. I hate how they're able to get away with it. I hate how our people are so unaware of these things going on that they're able to do this shit, man. You just wouldn't believe it. So, hope you finished your meal there.
Good meal and good listening.
What are you eating?
You don't want to know.
Okay. Now I really want to know. It came in a white box, like a styrofoam box. I was hoping it was like rice and like
or some rice.
Chicken.
Okay.
Where's it from?
What kind of chicken?
Chinese?
Nope. Yeah, actually.
Like orange chicken?
Close, but no cigar.
What is that? Black pepper chicken?
Nope.
What other chicken they got?
Bourbon.
Oh, okay.
From Hunter's favorite place.
Do I know what it is?
No, this is our joke in that mall. In the mall over here.
Ooh, with the blubber chicken. I remember that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, blubber chicken. Trump, stop your tactics. Elon, please stop.
They're done.
The jig is up.
We called them out in February, though.
The jig is up, man. The jig is up, man. These land grabs and all this shit that y'all got going on, please stop. Hey, Israel, I kept it cute today. I ain't say the J word or nothing today, but I will be saying it Saturday a lot because I know I didn't read that there was a ceasefire agreement and y'all are annexing the Gazan people in that strip and getting more territory. I know that I ain't read that. I know.
I love that you said Zionism is not Judaism.
Say that again.
I said I love that you said Zionism is not Judaism. My uncle says that all the time.
Hashtag that. Mm-hmm. It is not.
He says he's a real Zionist.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait, what? Oh, he said, hold on, wait, say it again.
He says he's a real Zionist.
Hold on, I had all these comments.
Yeah, you don't be seeing comments for real, bro.
He said, if you're eating that mall chicken. Where's blubber chicken?
That's exactly what it is, bro.
Why did you get that? Like, why is that on your mind?
Because it wasn't, bro. Somebody at my job was like, I'm about to go up to the mall to get they wanted something. I said, "Oh, which mall you going to? You on Katie Mills?" It was like, yeah. I said, "Hey, stop by this chicken spot for me. Stop by this Chinese spot for me and get me some bourbon chicken."
That is just horrendous. I bet the rice and the sauce is slapping. I ain't gonna lie. All right, then finish that rice. I'll get every bit.
I'll drink it.
Fucking grain. Get every grain. That's ridiculous. But yeah, Unc is right.
He'd be saying, "I'm a real Zion." Oh shit, I'm a real Zionist nephew.
You better just be careful with that. But he said Shane drives me bizarre with that shit. Easily the worst shit of all time. Oh shit, bro. You really do drive me bizarre. Eating a fucking corn dog from Rallies. Like, stop.
I didn't eat that shit.
No, you didn't, but somebody else did, and you would.
Probably somebody said it was good.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna get on them. Don't even worry. I'm gonna get on them because they make me mad. You don't really. You might understand, but you don't really understand. Because I want you to put my glasses on and see them how I want you to see them how I see them.
Matter of fact, hold on. Because I don't like those glasses. I don't really like those glasses.
Okay. So you gonna put on your own?
Mm-hmm. Let's get shady.
All right. Show me how you see them. You see them?
Hold on.
You see two horns?
I've been seeing that. I don't need glasses to see that. All right, I'm off.
Right. I'm off movies on Saturday. You weren't supposed to say that word, man. I'm trying to get my shit.
Let's talk shit.
I really want to pop my shit. I really want to call them names.
He said, I hate Stefan's glasses.
Well, too bad. These are the only glasses I can put on, and I can feel like I'm hiding. You can't see my eyes, so I can say the truth a little bit more.
If I got these on my mouth,
it's not. It's a nasty day. Where are you looking at?
Maybe nothing. You don't know. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. Maybe it's not a damn thing.
Or what do you got to say? I want you to say. What did you got to talk shit about? What you got to say?
I was going to talk shit, but he just said we're going to save the juice stream for Saturday.
Okay. All right. I feel like I could do that. I feel like I can do that. I'm just itching.
Are we on Facebook?
Huh?
Are we on Facebook?
Yeah, I guess I got. Yeah, it wasn't working earlier. It wasn't working. I don't even know.
Shane glasses out.
Huh?
He said, yeah, I've seen Shane in glasses.
Well, I think that's going to conclude my stream. I'm really mad that the bastards got away with it again, and I wasn't able.
Who's winning that god awful game?
Huh?
Who's winning that god awful game?
Knicks won.
Bro, I'm weak. Hunter just
prolonging it
at the same time.
Man, please put these fuckers out of their misery. Don't give Joe Budden another inch of hope. The New Yorkers are so
inevitable.
I love that Joey Badass won that fake beef, and then the Knicks been getting demolished ever since. I love it. I love it, man.
Aziz is crazy, bro.
No, what is he doing?
I just love him. He's be poking fun. He been trying to get this dude out of his hole for the whole series.
I forgot he likes the Knicks. Is he attacking?
At it. Your boy.
Is he? Who's he attacking?
Your boy. They've been going at it the whole series. Dude, it's like fuck the Knicks doing the Knicks lose.
Who likes the Pacers? Who?
No, bro, it's not the Pacers. Dude knows that Aziz don't like, or Aziz likes the Knicks, so when they lose, he be trolling. And you know what Aziz be on.
You need to text me who you're talking about.
This nigga was face to face with me. It pissed down his.
Right? Can you text me and let me know who you're talking about?
I just told you, your man. Your Facebook man.
I have no idea who this could be.
Let's get on Facebook.
I don't got Aziz. He blocked me for 10 years. Like, bruh.
Devon Santana.
Oh, please. 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 This goddamn stream is done. Bruh. Real shit. I'm pinning that tweet, Hunter. You're exactly right. That's exactly what we hope for.
What? I hope Knicks take it to game
7. That's such a funny wish.
And after all that,
No, do the weekend thing before I leave.
after all that, what'd he say? He said, shut the fuck up.
Bruh.
That's horrible. That don't get talked about enough. And that's my problem with Hunter.
What, Daddy let the weekend get off scot-free?
Uh-huh. Was Steven's source. Fact. That was your source. You cited him in a beef with me.
No, I did not.
Oh, you did. You let him come to your aid.
Please. I can't remember what it was about, but he was right.
Oh, my John Cena.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we was right and exact.
No, you weren't.
Does John Cena have cancer? Right. Y'all didn't want to talk about that.
So you don't believe Joe Biden, but you believe John Cena.
That's it. I believe everything. Now what?
Stop. I've slandered the weekend. Not loud enough.
Yeah, that movie's horrible. And I don't want to hear that album. I ain't going to lie. I don't care what they'll say. Yeah, I don't want to hear that if it's associated with that movie.
He said he tagged you in that video and said no.
I sure did. I tagged him immediately. I tagged him twice. I said, "Nigga, look at this," and then we literally decided that day we're not going to the movies and seeing that shit.
See, no.
No, I mean it is what it is. We gonna call it straight down the middle, nigga. Your ass, nigga. Get behind the microphone and stay from that in front of that camera, nigga. King Push tomorrow. I don't know. I know they dropped
album or a song.
Clips is dropping July 11th, but he probably a song.
And he said, what he say? He said,
something about Luigi, White Glove.
Oh, no, he was talking about Sins of the Father, and I was weak. That drops tomorrow, so it's just a song or is it an album?
It is a song because they dropping the album July 11th. Wayne is dropping June 6th. I mean, we do need some music, man, but I ain't got time to talk about that shit. I'm about to be off here, man. We do need some music, man. Something needs to shake up. Huh?
Nope.
We're
done.
Huh?
We're done with music. Last year was the last shebang. I'm done.
Did they ruined it for us that bad?
Not ruined it, but like the new people are ruining it. So
they're terrible. Yeah,
so like we can just be done. I'm cool.
They're terrible. But no, I mean, we need it from the new people are they're substitute. They're so embarrassing, bro. They don't even know. The music industry is facing the same shit the NBA is facing. No, it's not the album. It's the single. Yeah, there's just no new upcomer. There's just no new upcomer that can take the ball away from the big three. And it's quite pathetic. Tizo being 30 fucking, how old is Tizo?
Too old.
Grown ass man.
Misery loves company.
Jid, old as fuck.
Yeah. Benny the Butcher.
The Butcher, older.
Even some of these R&B niggas is old. I just found out Lucky Day's like 40.
Bro, he ain't 40, but damn near.
He's like 36, bro, or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's up, bro. I don't really know. I mean, I do, but I don't feel like touching on it. So
okay.
I can't believe niggas is still on here. What y'all want to talk about? Shit. Y'all ain't offering y'all. I can talk some shit, man. What y'all want to talk about? Or I can get
bruh.
Who is that? How old is he?
39.
I'm cool. Matter of fact, I'm deleting that shit out of my library.
I told you, bruh. 39.
About to listen to no 30-year-old, 9-year-old.
He was born in 85, so he's about to be 40.
Like, nigga, get your life figured out. What you singing so much for, nigga?
When's his birthday? September 25th. So in September, Lucky Day will be 40 years old.
Yeah, I ain't about to listen to that. Nigga, we threw Genuine away when he was like 28. I ain't listening to
Genuine was on the stage gyrating and percolating.
He ruined his career bad.
He was freaking out.
He ruined his career bad. People really don't remember. Genuine had this shit on lock.
For 4. He made Pony.
He made Pony, bro.
He played at every wedding to this day.
Nigga, that's ringing off anytime, anywhere. I mean, not anytime, anywhere, but if it's at an appropriate, it's ringing off.
You're gonna get on your knees and eat the little thing.
Mm-hmm. Ponies ringing off in those jeans. I mean, the list goes on. He different. Oh, just yeah. But another nigga like that me and Hunter talk about that just completely fell off the map. I see him trying to have a little resurgence. Had a little concert, but Trey Songz, man, like people really don't realize how big Trey Songz was at some point.
He's done. Oh, you know who you could talk about? You could talk about Stephon Diggs having that Diddy coat on that boat.
I'm not familiar.
You didn't see him? Bro, he had that pink Diddy coat.
Like an actual, like
it's actually like it's pink. It's called pink cocaine, but it's like the.
Oh,
Diddy.
okay.
He was on this boat with these 3 white girls, or I just put that on him. I don't think there was 3 white girls, 3 birds, and they were literally like chomp, like you know, like a you know, like a mommy bird.
Chomp.
You know, like a mommy bird is like trying to like feed. That's literally. And he was like, "Call me daddy, call me daddy." And they were like, "Daddy, big daddy, big daddy." And he's like, "Okay, here." And he like pulls the pink coke out and like gives it to him. They're like,
and what's everybody's takeaway from this?
I haven't heard
Cardi B and also like, yeah, there gotta be something.
Yeah, but like pink coke.
You don't want that to be lost on the situation.
Not at all. Off the backs of what he's talking about, niggas skating free.
Yeah, man, from the summer or the year he had last year.
Talk about niggas skating free.
Who does he play for?
The Patriots.
Oh, Bill Belichick ain't there. That's another nigga we need to talk about. Oh, fucking rocker, but I can't, man. I can't with these niggas. All right, man. I'm the fuck off here. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had something sweet to eat.
You didn't go to sleep. It's 10.
I'm parched. 3 hours of bullshit, man. I didn't even get to scratch my itch for real. These bastards are lucky they got away with it again. Y'all gonna see me not tomorrow, man. Lane, what's up, man? You already know what we about to do.
Where y'all going?
Probably Columbus. We don't know exactly just yet. Yeah, we're gonna see what kind of interest he partakes in for his 27th birthday. So yeah, Saturday. I'll be on Saturday, and then I'm gonna go see that whack ass movie. But Saturday, I'm gonna have some shit. It's gonna be a pretty politically heavy stream because I talked my bullshit already. I want to really kind of touch on some of this shit that I gotta say. So thanks for tuning in. Guess, Shane, Hunter, thanks for tuning in. Lane, you stuck around the whole time. Zach, I don't know. I know it's way past your bedtime. Everybody else, appreciate it. But like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to upload this to the YouTube page, and I'll see you on Saturday. Peace.